Warning. Warning. This is not a test. This is not a test.
Drop it.
Hello everybody and welcome to tonight's coverage of the Mystic Racing League and its Octane Outlaws Cup Series. Tonight we count down to green for one of the crown jewels of the MRL. Tonight, the Mystic Racing League takes on the Brickyard as it's set at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Brickyard 400 presented by Fall Creek Plumbing. Welcome everyone to today's coverage. I'm Justin Prince. Alongside the booth for today is DJ Lion, who will also be producing cameras provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Tonight we attack the Brickyard, DJ, one of the long distance races. And this is one of the spectacles in all facilities. When it comes to the Brickyard, so much history here since the 1900s. And today, the MRL looks to attack this track all the same.
Yeah, good evening, JP, and good evening, race fans. Indianapolis Motor Speedway, over a century old and still going strong here. 9.2 degrees of banking in the turns and the straightaways. 100% completely all natural. Flat, 0 degrees in the corners, or excuse me, 0 degrees on the straights, and it provides some great racing for the open wheel cars. And then in 1994, JP, they decided to throw some stock cars on it, and look what we have.
As a facility today that's hosted many races over its history, but of course known for the Indianapolis 500. It's also had a history of hosting road course races in its infield whether it be Formula One, the Cup and Xfinity Series at one point, and as well, IMSA, you also throw into the conversation GT World Challenge and the SRO banner for its 8-hour. But so far, the playoff standings looking like this coming into today. Andrew Allen amongst the winners that have moved up to third in seeding. Right now, the cut line is very razor thin, though, DJ. Joshua Thornton has fallen down to just 2 points above the line over Zach White.
Yeah, and Zach White 2 points below the line, and then you also have Alan Zukoff and Jared Knopfsnyder back there, 33 points back with respect to that. It's going to come down to the last race to decide the last person in here tonight, JP. But I think we might see, and I'm going to say it early, maybe possibly our first 7-time winner of the season, Evan Janik, looking sporty here in practice and qualifying.
Very fast wherever we go, it seems, in the 71 camp. But tonight's going to be very important to be able to keep that up, especially with our stages of 50 and 100. Our top 5 score stage points in this series. 160 total laps, 8 sets available for drivers. And we do have a faster pair as we are at 100% fuel limits. So should see stops in each of the stages here at the very least. But the tire wear could be at least about a second or two here, depending on what happens. We'll have to wait and see, though, with this new build, how these tires really respond here at the Brickyard. But as you said, drivers are in the midst of preparing for tonight. Have already taken part in practice. Most of the field has put up qualifying times already. And this is one of the racetracks that did get an update, so to speak, for the NASCAR refresh coming up with the new video game coming out at the end of the year. So this place is going to be sparkling and looking pristine. You zip around here tonight, you'll see a few minor differences compared to the Brickyard version when it comes to the IndyCar side. But it's Gavin Heinzen who is in the race. He'll be attempting this one tonight alongside Toby Ritters. That's a name we haven't seen too much in this series this season. He starts in second. Rayshawn Winkfield and Isaac Wilson round out the top 4. Then it's Evan Janik and Christian Barnes in a different look tonight for the 4th of July weekend. Of course, Independence Day this past Friday. Same said for Isaac Brock and Jose Medina, with the American Eagle look on the side of Medina. Caleb Hunt and Gio Valenti will start in your top 10, DJ.
Yeah, and you're going to see Caleb Hunt in a new paint job tonight. That grid paint is different than what he's running on the track, so focusing on him to see that. Andrew Allen going to roll off in the 11th spot with Adam Holston in 12th. 13th goes to Joey Beam, and 14th to Big Daddy Brett Wren, about 0.4 of a second off the pole speed. Alan Zukoff, who we mentioned earlier in the points, he's going to be in 15th, and Brad T. Nelson 16th. 17th going to Alex Pollock. We have a cam for him tonight. We'll be sure to show that. And John Ullman in that Slim Chickens, number 34, always fast here at Indianapolis. Jackson Hatala is going to be in 19th, and Aaron Aspey is going to be in 20th.
Joshua Thornton starts 21st tonight in the Thornton's entry. Derek Jewett, haven't seen him in a while, but he's here tonight honoring the Chicago street course in real life. Michael Wade likes to be Dale Sr. He'll be that tonight with Joshua Gillen alongside. They're 8/10 off the pole time. Reggie Kime starts towards the tail. Jacob Cochran also making an appearance tonight in the long distance event. David Moyer and Jeffrey Fisher, 27th and 28th. 29th goes Jared Knopfsnyder and Zach White will start in 30th. We do have one more entry tonight. Colin Bollinger is the last of the entries here this evening in the MRL. We do have 8 EOL penalties given out tonight. That includes drivers such as Gillen getting an EOL penalty. Also getting an EOL penalty was the 11 machine. That is not amongst the ticker. We also have the 23 tonight. That will be Winkfield to the tail. Also to the tail will be the 27, along with the 41, 44, 53, and 79. So some of the people who qualified well, DJ, is going to start at the tail. Fairly hot track that's getting hotter here. What are some of your keys?
Definitely taking care of the tires is going to be key number one. And we already have someone slamming into the outside wall. If you saw that in the back But these cars are like tanks, so he'll be okay with that. But that's definitely not something you want to see. Very hot track, 105 degrees Fahrenheit. A little bit humid out there as well, so a little sticky, a little thick. These motors are going to have a rough time making the power that they need with that high humidity. So we're going to see what can happen, but stay out of trouble, save those tires for sure, and play the stages, JP. We've seen a lot of people play the stages, especially in some of the other leagues we cover, FLCC and stuff like that, where people are prioritizing stage points now that we're getting closer to the playoffs if they're already locked in. So it's going to be pretty big swing as far as pit strategy. If I'm to be correct, I think pit strategy will be the thing that wins the race here tonight.
And per series regulations, we have one additional pace lap here. So who do you think will be the one who takes the victory tonight, and why, based on what you've seen all season producing these races?
Evan Janik. I think Evan Janik is going to be the guy to beat tonight, but you have some wild cards here with some drivers that are here specifically because this is a crown jewel event. Toby Ritters, Gavin Hinson, some of these drivers we haven't seen at all this season, and also newcomer that found out about Mystic Racing League through FLCC, Jose Medina, new here tonight as well. So we know he's fast. I got to give it to Evan Janik though, but we'll see what happens.
It's going to be an interesting night for some of the competitors here, and we have seen Hinson in particular race in the Crown Jewels before. Nashville, I think he also may have taken part in. He's fast from what I remember too. Toby Ritters, though, I think that's going to be the wild card because he usually runs in our series. Have not seen too much of him in 2025, though, on the different platforms. Take a look at the camera from Brett Wren. You can warm up the tires, remember, with this tire model. You have to be careful not to use up a few percentage of the tires, though. Jackson Hatawa looking like he's taking some breathing exercise and talking with the teammates as he gets himself ready to go for this start. It's going to be an interesting one here tonight. Happy with this here on Ballin TV. For tonight's coverage of the Mystic Racing League, Kelby Hunt looking to hunt for some young money and be able to find his way in the points paying positions here on Independence Day weekend. Again, happy with us for tonight's festivities here in beautiful Indiana. Pace car drops off. The Brickyard 400 is set to go green. It's Hinson, it's Ritters on the pole. Green flag waves, and we're underway for the Brickyard 400.
So far as they make their way through turns 1 and 2, the battle now back for second between Evan Janik, who's already picked up 3 positions, and we got drivers slamming into the outside wall. Got to get some heat into these tires as we're now 5 wide down the back straightaway.
4 or 5 wide still. Some of those drivers like Gordon, it looks like, as well as a couple others, still try to sort themselves out. That all coming from the wall stack there. And it's so easy to slam the wall, which we just seen happen to Isaac Brock. He falls down the pylon after a slam in the short chute. In practice, that was an issue, I noticed, was a lot of drivers slamming that outside wall, pushing their car too hard, off corner exit into 1 or 3.
Yeah, you got to let these tires get some heat in them before you start pushing them. Exactly what happened to him. See him coming off of the corner, absolutely no grip, and into the outside wall. And it's not a setup thing, it's a tire thing. Everybody here is on the same setup. Got to get heat in the tires before you go. And great view there from the Black Diamond Designs replay as he was able to miss a lot of trouble there that could have been bad.
Could have been a really rough situation, but we keep on moving here as Brock has stabilized out with a big loss positions into 21st position. Rayshawn Wingfield from the EOL penalty already back to 22nd. Just about spooks him there.
Yeah,
And
Wingfield,
that's tough.
look at that, JP, look at Wingfield right now. He's trying to squeeze in there, and I don't think he's going to be back there for too much longer. He's a very aggressive driver, but he knows where to put that car. I think he's going to be up within the top 10 in another 10 laps or so.
He's got the speed, we know it as a driver, and Brock hits the wall again. Brock was out of the groove, slammed the wall.
Oh, Brock.
That's pretty close to aerodynamic issues. I think there is aero issues. He might be lucky if there isn't a tie rod issue.
Yeah, I didn't see a meatball fly up for him, so I think he's okay on that part. But I mentioned these cars are tanks, and they can take a beating, but you can only hit that wall so many times before it starts to affect you, and you can see the right front crinkled up there. He's definitely going to have some aerodynamic issues as he works to get back up towards the front. We mentioned Caleb Hunt earlier as he was in a different paint scheme. There it is, the blue 78. He's working there with Andrew Allen. This is a long race. Drivers just need to sit in line and ride. And we saw that Caleb was going to do that, but Allen got loose, so now Caleb, he's sending it to the outside.
Use the outside to his advantage for the pass. How about some 3 wide? Looks like Pollock still scraping the wall, trying to make some moves. Holston to the inside in the 8. And using all sorts of different lines in these fights right now, these drivers. Pollock coming back out of it as Hatawa tries to hold on in the middle. Holston still not able to make the move. Looking like Zukov is off the pace, though. That's going to break them up.
Yeah, Zukov very much out of the pace there, and Alex Pollock, they don't even like going too wide here. They have trouble, and he was running the Kyle Larson line up against the wall, trying to set the cushion, and he was able to save it. So great job there from Alex Pollock, but Zukov definitely off the pace so far here in this race with only 4 laps into the event.
Under the stage going up to lap 50 to remind everyone one more time. Still plenty of time to sort things out on strategy, but right now these drivers fighting the track more than the cars around them, if anything, in some cases. Nelson able to make a move on Wade. And that's the thing about this facility. It's one of those racetracks where it's not as simple as, let's make a pass, I know how to drive. You better know how to drive this racetrack in general, because if you don't, well, it could be a long day.
Correct. It's very much a driver's track, but it's also very much a race car track as well. You have to have the skill, but you have to be able to put the car in the position where it needs to be and bring a good setup. And we mentioned earlier, everybody's here on the same setup here tonight, and it's all going to come down to who can take care of the tires the best. Looking further up near the front, there's a battle going on. Andrew Allen, new paint job here tonight. He's underneath of Caleb Hunt. We saw this about 2 laps ago, and Andrew got loose and let Caleb go back around, but this time Andrew sets it there on the apron around, and he's going to take that spot. Now Caleb Hunt is going to start falling back. Looks like there might be behind Brad T. Nelson a hole that he can jump into, but right now everybody's just trying to take their time. We're not even close to ending the first stage just yet. Let's save the car and be there at the end. I like how this is working out right now. Everybody's being calm and patient. It's going to turn out to be a good race.
I think this race has potential if you get the long green flag runs to really let the strategy dictate the tempo for these cars. And that's going to be the major thing, is will we stay clean? The front runners have built up a big cushion, by the way. 4 seconds between 5th and 6th spot already. Wilson in the top 5. Medina, he's up there in 4th. And normally we've seen him in races, well, whenever we see him not towards the front, but the caution's going to wave. This will bunch everybody back up. Joshua Gillen amongst those in.
Yep, Josh, he's going to take her right to the pits in tow. You see heavy damage on the front end of that car. Let's take a peek. To Josh. I know he just got a new wheel. He's been running on a controller for a while. Oh my goodness! Where did that 21 car come from? That was Isaac Brock. Remember talking about him earlier as he kept hitting the wall? Well, I think something finally broke on it, JP. Look at him go down to the inside here, and he's going to get up on the 35, coming out of the corner, going down the short chute. Everything looking okay so far. Oh, he got on the apron too much. It de-wedged the car. He went around, and then he got the overcorrect gremlins back up, and I bet you that scared the living hell out of Joshua Gillen right there. Let's go on board with Josh and see that.
Now let's take a look again. The replay is brought to you by Black Diamond Designs here in the Mystic Racing League. And it almost looked like on first glance there was nowhere to go. He was already committed to the outside. You don't plan for a car to just go left, then right.
He was already there, man. He saw the whole thing happening, and once he made the decision to go to the outside where he thought he could make it through, he was stuck. He made his bed. He had going to be able to get that quick repair around and get back on the track, although he has to wait for the tow to complete here as we're seeing some drivers head down pit road.
Interesting call by some, including Wilson. I think Wilson does have damage, so it's understandable for some drivers here that have already picked up fender repairs needed. Looking like some of these competitors already knowing the aero is going to be important, even if they don't use the tire set here. So that's the major thing. You want to keep a clean car for aerodynamics here for speed in the long run, and that seems to be what a lot of these drivers that have scraped the wall are already doing here, even though they had track position.
Yep, needs to be the first driver off pit road right there. Looked like a two-tire stop, and then, yep, see, there's Rayshawn Wingfield as well with 2 tires. Now remember, 8 sets of tires here tonight, JP, absolutely more than enough and able to take care of everything. So some of these drivers electing to just put on 2 here to see what they can do to get to the end of the first stage. Not a lot of drivers taking the time to come down pit road, but let's say there was about 6 or 7 that were in there. Looking at Jackson Hatala, new paint job for him as well tonight. That is a beautiful Logitech looking car, everything done in the red, white, and blue for 4th of July weekend, the 249th birthday of the United States of America celebrated this past weekend. It was a lot of fun, and you see a lot of the paint jobs out there. Looking at Jackson's camera right now, he's always an animated soul. He's a good guy. He's a real genuine character, and loves to help people out and do what he can for others. But when he gets behind the wheel, he turns into, if you know the Jekyll and Hyde story, he kind of morphs a little bit behind that wheel. So before too much longer, he'll be up there running for the lead, I think.
Now we'll have to see if he's able to find his way forward here. Tawa will restart 18th position. Isaac Wilson, Brett Wren taking substantial pit service. Joshua Gillen has gotten the car fixed. Here comes the choose. And this is the choose situation coming up right here. There is a seam. You see right there. It's very faint. These drivers have to use, and a couple drivers are already borderline on it.
Yeah, I mean, first choose of the night, and we already got a couple drivers that are like, you know what? I'm going to play with race control and see what happens. But you know, it's going to be okay. Everything looked good from right about there. But let's talk about this Toby Ritters dude. I've never seen him. I don't know the name. This is the first time he's been here. What do you know about him? And obviously he's fast.
Well, he is a name I personally called before. I know he races with Ace High Racing and streams a fair bit. But the name comes up from short track racing leagues that he's competed in. He also competes a lot in stock cars in general, and also streams his perspective. If you look to his social medias, always streaming whatever league races he's in. So he's amongst those that believe are a part of the new crop of drivers coming on through after racing along the ARCA car as of late for the horizontal series, as well as its truck series. Now making his way to the MRL in this one here tonight. Should be interesting if he's going to be able to keep up. Let's put it this way, if he runs a full campaign, he's going to be a contender.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, anybody, I've always been of the assumption that everybody should start in short tracks and move their way up, right? So if you're good on the short track, you're gonna be here. And you said you've followed him and followed races. He's been practicing. He's good, fast. Maybe he'll make me eat my words tonight, and we'll have to change my pick for dinner, but we'll see. He's going to be rolling off third here. Janik on the outside, Hinson on the inside after the choose, and we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing.
Got up towards the restart zone here. All set to go. Green, green, green. Back it away. Good launch, and off and away goes the pack. Hinson continues to control things in this one. After that initial launch, Janik already up to second.
Now let's see if we can keep everybody together a little bit. Remember that big, it looks like Michael Wade got out of shape there. Now we're 3 wide down the back straightaway. Rayshawn Wingfield almost on the grass. He takes the pass around. He's going to move himself up into the 8th position. That Bush Apple, number 23, on rails. Excuse me, right now as we head down into turn 3.
Caution flag is out, and they're wrecking in the middle of the field. One car slid up hard into the wall. Collected
Aaron
out
Hespy.
It is. SP right up the track, and that's going to put us back under yellow.
Back under yellow here. It looks like Aaron Espy, Jeffrey Fisher involved. See some damage to Espy's car, but already around when we got there, and then just the overcorrect back up, and it looks like that Fisher was already kind of involved in that as he was trying to come to the stop. Let's back it up a little bit more and see what happened. 3 wide, poked the nose, came back in. Everything looks good so far. I believe he got hit. Oh, he did. Got absolutely cleaned out by the number 47 car.
David Moyer would be that car number in that situation. And that is going to see us again under yellow. So a couple caution flags just like that in quick succession. And still, it's Hinson up in the front of the field, so attrition seems to be a major factor yet again when it comes to a race like that. It just seems like the nature of this facility with the way things go here.
Oh, for sure, because David, now he's getting the end of the longest line penalty right there to go back up. Let's see if any of these drivers decide to pit. We're a lot closer, and they do. Here come all the leaders down pit road, except for Caleb Hunt. We're going to try to flip the stage here as we're getting closer to that time, Jake.
Some of these drivers coming on in to try and see if they're going to be able to make it to the end of the stage from this point forward after this pit stop. Should be an interesting one for the mileage. But this works pretty well for a lot of the drivers who just pit previously. Some of the others who just pit for top-offs are indeed staying out, like Reggie Kime, Jackson Hatawa, Joey Beam. Toby Ritters and Caleb Hunt are the only drivers not to join this wave of pit road sequences as they take tires here.
Jackson Hatawa is going to move up into 4th, and we're watching Gavin Hinson right now. He's going to take 4 tires. Saw a couple drivers take 2 that are going to win the race off the road, but not a lot of loss there for Gavin as he makes his way back out. But are you surprised to see Caleb Hunt stay out these first 2 yellows? He's up there. I mean, I know track position is big and you want that clean air, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think for these drivers, it's going to be a test because this is something we haven't seen too much of this type of racetrack in terms of the tire package. We know clean air is king. We know these drivers are pretty quick to be in that lead pack to be able to pull away, but you're talking about tire stint differences now of already 9 laps, about at least still maybe 5-6 laps green flag difference. And that could still be pretty significant on the fire-off.
Yeah, absolutely. 9 lap difference there, and some drivers are on brand new. See the dual cam here. You got Jackson Atala biting his fingernails. Alex Pollock it seems like every time we put him on cam, he's in a different room or he's got a different backdrop going on there. But the light is shining bright behind my man Pollock in the 92. And I love the aesthetics that he has in the background. Such a cool. A lot of drivers here tonight showing off their cams, so we appreciate them. And as you can see the difference, all the color aesthetics on Pollock, and then on Jackson's cam, complete white background on the walls. He's a minimalist, if I remember correctly.
He did have that light show in the background
Yes.
of one of those. Yeah. So Pollock has had some colorfulness. He's had green screens. If anything, he likes to change it up.
Yeah, for sure. And if I remember correctly, we had guys guessing, like, what's in the cans? They were trying to ask him what was in the cans behind him. Apologize there. We'd like to show the flag stand cams for every now and then we get a little sidetracked, and I know that ruffles the feathers a little bit of our race control over here, but they'll be okay. Brandon Willard's a good guy. He takes
Joey Ritter is again the leader. Caleb Hunt in second for this restart. Then next to him on the lineup will be Jackson O'Towell and Joey Beam, followed by Derek Jewett and Adam Holston. As we get ready for the restart, first on the freshest set of tires. Well, you have to go a fair ways back. Gavin Hinson is all the way back around 13th position for this upcoming restart after leading the first 12-ish laps here at the Brickyard.
and we're gonna see right away. We have fast car, fresh tires right now. Have decently fast cars on middle of the road tires. We're gonna see if track position is gonna be a player here tonight, or if tire wear is gonna be able to overcome that. I got a feeling that clean air is gonna be a little bit better. Also want to give a shout out in chat. Alex Pollock's there. Nolan Hodson from FLCC. He's over hanging out. Says, dang, JP's putting in the work this week.
Lots of full distance races this weekend with the 4th of July. What else can you say? Field is ready to go. 2x2 for the restart zone. Green, green, green. We're underway. Right now it's Hunt who's got the better run on the outside. Can Hunt clear by for the lead? Yes, he does.
Power move there for Caleb Hunt, and now on the outside, again, here comes Jackson Palla. Remember, these drivers just pitted a few laps ago, so we got some fresh-ish tires right there. I think that 88 of Hatala before too much longer, or excuse me, the 09 of Hatala before too much longer. He's going to be up there in the lead as the battle for the front continues on. Here comes Ritters to the inside of Caleb Hunt into turn 3.
Ritters retakes the spot. Hunt way up into the marbles. Hatala's now able to drive on through just like that. That was easy. And such a line-dependent racetrack here, too. Not just about not only the aero, but also what line you run. It's not like with the IndyCar where you might be able to get the second line. You have to run that inside groove for the most part if you want to get stuff done. That is that preferred line to be able to make sure you get a good ebb and flow in those short shoots.
That's correct. You'll see drivers on the inside putting their tires down on the apron a little bit to help de-wedge the car to get it to turn once we get some wear going on the tires. And maybe the Snake will make an appearance here tonight as well as they try to break some of that draft. Looking back here further in the pack, Reggie Kine, Gavin Hinson, Evan Janik, all these drivers just pitted, have these new tires. They got to be really careful. You see Caleb Hunt just absolutely send it, and a bunch of people are like 4 wide now. I don't know if he lost grip or he misjudged that braking point.
Not sure what happened there in that sequence, but offset 3 wide as some of these drivers try and make up some ground. Like the move still on for Ullman to the inside, trying to battle it out with Thornton. Toby Ritter sets the fastest lap of the race up front, but Thornton able to use the outside to be able to push it. Almost looks like the outside does work a little bit for defensive slash passes if you're able to squeeze right, just right.
Just right. Got to force him down there to defend, and you see Thornton and Kime battling on each other. I love the new 4th of July paint scheme going on for the Thornton's number 29 right there. Usually see him in that matte black and neon green colored machine. That looks absolutely stunning out there on the track, and he's going to bring John Ullman with him behind there as they make their way around Reggie Kime, working on the front stretch here. Closest battle as the snake begins to form down the front stretch, and looks like it's going to be there for about the 8th, 9th, 10th position. We got Alan Pollock and Hinson battling, and Adam Holston, Adam Dabbs up there. He moves into the 2nd spot around Jackson Hatala, sets himself up with the fastest lap, and looks like he's going to start reeling in Toby Ritters in the 1st spot.
We've seen Holston be competitive at times this season. He started off the season hot, DJ, but he has been since then. He's been a bit spotty. We've seen him sometimes in the top 5, but not consistently, even at the speedways since his win earlier in the year.
Yeah, 100% for sure, and he's usually really good at the road courses too. And we saw him struggle, but we got the wrecking in the back, down to the inside. Who is that on the inside? Is that Joey Beam, maybe?
Oh, and yes, and believe so. Still wrecking on the front straightaway. No caution. We stay green as Michael Wade tries to avoid more contact. This could get sketchy with the 41 with all those slams to the wall. Let's take a look at the replay as he got collected with Rayshawn Winkfield.
Yeah, and you see another driver back there kind of overreact and then get arc brake there a little bit into the outside wall. Let's check it out here. You can see him coming down the front stretch right now, using the snake. Oh my. That a lot.
Now that's going to see a lot of contact. Was going to say, for some of these drivers, you can't turn right because it will snap on you these days. Yeah, right there. Turn right, and that's the snap that's been happening since the new build.
Yep. See it all the time now. You cannot do that. You have to be so careful on the left-right movement. Your car will de-wedge and shoot to the right or shoot to the left, and the overcorrects are crazy.
So no caution from that, and we stay green. Beam is now running 16th. A lot of wounded race cars. The back part of the field. So far, we have been ripping down the laps, almost 20 laps complete here in this one. Isaac Wilson amongst those going to get significant repairs. Yeah, but so far, not bad on the recovery.
Yeah. I say that because you see Isaac Wilson running up front with a clean car. He's been involved in extracurricular activity, not necessarily of his doing. Heavy damage to that right front. He is saving that fast repair, Justin. He's got to be saving that fast repair because, if you use it now, it's going to fix your car. You got 140 laps to go. You're going to need to keep it around for near the end of the race as close as possible. Battle raging out front between Janik and Allen. Janik making use of those new tires. He's trying to bring Christian Barnes along with him. They're side by side, and he's going to fall in behind now. Allen in the 9th spot as Janik starts to make the push toward the front.
Trying to make some inroads after losing some ground with the pit stop strategy. We know good on the road courses. He's been the road course king since the past stretch of them on the season. Put up a great performance with Chicago, or rather with him not there. Allen put up the performance that we normally would have seen from Janik. So Janik is amongst those. Whenever we've seen him competitive, though, it's been one of the more efficient drivers in terms of maintaining his tires on the car.
100% Janik is probably the smoothest driver in the league right now, the Mystic Racing League, as far as hanging on to those tires. You see some blocking going on in the back. Christian Barnes, Joshua Thornton, Jacob Cochran battling back there, and Thornton looking sporty here tonight. He's still making the move up towards the front. Joshua Thornton now up 11 positions. He's in the 10th place right now. It looks like some problems for Derek Jewett.
He's falling down the pylon, and another issue for somebody. Looks like he'll keep going here. Now he's got significant right side damage on the car. A lot of people adding repair bills to the machines. He took a big slide in the Black Diamond Designs replay.
Yeah, he did. Black Diamond Designs replay going on right now. Let's back it up a little bit further. I think this might be self-inflicted on Derek Jewett. Car goes into the corner. It's down on the apron. And yep, same thing that happened before. De-wedged the car too much and then over-corrected the car into the outside wall. If you see yourself get spinning to the left, the best thing that you can do is to lift off the throttle and turn it to the left. Turn into the spin. Do not overcorrect because you're going to end your day. Well, so if you start spinning like that, keep her turned to the left, and if you have to lock it down, if you spin, but you save the car by doing that. So heavy right front damage now, Derek Jewett. But again, we have one fast repair. He's going to be able to make it up as the battle still rages on up near the front.
Nelson currently holding on to the top 10, but for how long? He's being hounded by several cars right now. That includes Jacob Cochran. Caleb Hunt has fallen all the way down to the 12th position. Those tires have not lasted on his car compared to what Toby Ritters has been able to do. Big difference on the strategy with execution based on just one driver.
Oh, 100%. That strategy not working out for Caleb Hunt right now. But again, long race, he's going to be back up there. You see Thornton going to go on the inside there of Andrew Allen. Going to try to bring Christian Barnes along with him, but they keep scraping that outside wall. See that safer barrier there juts out about 2 outside of the normal track there, and if you just hit it just right, it will grab you and it will hurt you. Those safer barriers do hurt, so you got to be careful coming out of the corner. Riddler, or I called him the Riddler. That's his new nickname, by the way. Toby Ritters. He's still leading 0.5 of a second over Adam Holston. Holston not electing to follow the snake down the front straightaway. Him and Jackson Atala just fine right there in the second and third spot. Gavin Hinson in fourth, and Evan Janix made his way back up. Let's check out the biggest move so far in the race, JP. Jackson Atala currently up 16 spots. So that 09 is looking pretty sporty here today.
So far has been looking very stellar when it comes to his run, absolutely. And you thought he would be very sporty. He's been sporty. Also looking good, Jacob Cochran on the move. Joshua Thornton also has been chugging along. Those drivers up about 15, 14 spots respectively. Zach White just had an issue. He just tabbed a toe. And another problem.
What happened? Zach White getting the meatball flag. Gonna have to tow the Black Diamond Designs replay. There we go, down the front straightaway in turn number 1. Tough break for him. He was on the borderline for those points. Oh, little contact up in the outside, saved it, and then overcorrected into the outside wall. And oh my goodness, the bread has been baked, and we didn't even need the oven, JP. Hard into the outside wall. That's going to force him to sit on pit road with that now for about 5 minutes or so to complete the time to tow. Rough day. I don't think he can come back from it.
Surprised that wasn't a caution flag, actually, was where he was positioned on the racetrack. That normally would be one, and yes, it is. Yeah, I didn't see the yellow flag trigger at first, so that was a yellow flag. And we're back at a yellow flag as a result there.
Tough break for the 77. That did put the yellow flag back out. The Octane Outlaws NASCAR Cup Series here for the Mystic Racing League for the Crown Jewel event, Brickyard 400. And got some new drivers, like we said, running up front. Toby the Riddler. Ain't no question about that. There is no riddle there. He's running up to the front, and so far no one can touch him, JP. No one can touch him. But again, we're pretty early here. Moving on, Evan Janik has made his way back up into the 5th spot. And now, go with some pit stops. Toby Ridders down to pit road. Holston stays out. See what happens.
So another mix on strategy as Holston, Hatawa, Hinson, Janik, Pollock, many others go on down. Beretters had yet to take a tire set, so he had to come down to pit eventually. And now he'll have to fall down the running order about 28 laps complete already, this time by, mind you, in this stage. But that's the thing about the tire strategies in the roulette. They will change constantly as a result of these caution flags over and over again. And now it's going to be a whole mixture of different strategies yet again for drivers to sort out.
Yeah, what a great paint job on that. The Ace High Racing number 13 of Toby Ritter's. Absolutely gorgeous paint job right there. So that's going to move him back into the 12th position on new tires. You see Jose Medina and everyone else up there on 15, and then Olsen and Hatala on 19 lap old tires. Once we get the green, that's going to be about 2021 possibly up there. So JP, what we're going to do right now, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be back for the restart here. You're watching the Mystic Racing League live on Ballin TV. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be back in just...
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back. After the choose, it's Holston to the inside, Hatawa to the outside. As we get ready for a restart situation here in the Mystic Racing League. And it's Cup Series brought to you by Octane Outlaws. So far, so attrition filled. Medina picks up an EOL penalty with the choose, believe. But outside of that, attrition's been big so far, DJ.
100% attrition on the cars and the drivers, especially on the cars, as we see a lot of drivers hitting the outside wall. On board now with Andrew Allen. He's won a few times here on Ballin TV in the Mystic Racing League, and man, he looks jacked. He looks pumped up. He's ready to go. You see him smiling. He's got the good glasses on today. He's ready to go.
Trying to keep himself laser focused here for this restart in the darkness. All set to fire off and ready to go here. Might also have drivers like Janik up towards the front here. Going to be right in the conversation. Tawa not lined up per se in the same line as the others though. Green flag is out. Back underway. Holston already clear. Here comes Hinson looking to take second already as well as Janik switches to the bottom.
Down to the inside. Janik gonna get there. Hinson as well. Atala needs to get to that inside line. He's gonna try as hard as he can through this corner. If he doesn't get it in this corner, I believe he's gonna back off and take it in. Yes, okay, good. Now he's not gonna hurt the tires as much. Atala is good as they spread out and fan out near the back. First thing going on. 5th place, Alex Pollock in a battle with Andrew Allen. Oh, Hatala.
Yes.
What happened there?
Yeah, he just dropped down big time too. Bit of a wiggle there. He'll fall right behind down to the 4th position. Some of the others looking to battle on for 5th position behind them, but looks like Otala going to be okay. Some of the drivers really trying to side draft aggressively here. Nelson amongst those looking to fight to get into the top 5.
Nelson working to the inside around Alex Pollock. Going to put him in behind Andrew Allen. So good run going on for the 33 as he now tries to get that spot back. He goes to the inside loose, and he's going to be able to save it back up in, and we got heavy contact in the back. The 41 car is around, JP.
Caution flag is out again as Beam slams into some. Zach White involved, Valenti back there. Many others have significant damages. Others will slow on through. Under yellow, Fisher involved. Knopsnyder back there, 1 lap down, but let's see what happened. Beam's 2nd incident of the day.
Yep, it looks like Wade got loose out of the corner. Okay, everything's good. Down to the inside. Oh, you got Reggie Kime making contact up there. We'll get another angle to show exactly what happened right there, but then everybody checked up, and there goes the de-wedging of the car back down the racetrack. We have any ARCA brakes going on here? Yep. We do. We got a couple right there. That incident triggered contact. It looks like that was Reggie Kime. Let's check it out.
Reggie Kime, and that was what Toby Ritters believed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's Ritters getting checked up. So that pit strategy put him right back into the mix of the traffic. And then Kime hits him while offset 3 wide, and that sparks everything else.
Yeah. Look at that. And you see how Ritters was able to save that vehicle until he gets absolutely destroyed by a heat-seeking missile that the missile knows where it's going because the missile is already there. You know what I'm talking about. You've seen that video before, right?
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
It's some YouTube video where they're talking about the trajectory of the missile. He gets absolutely demolished there by, I believe that's Isaac Wilson in the 93. So let's take another view here. Let's go on board. This is the 93 of Isaac Wilson as everyone's wrecking up front. What happens? Straight beeline right there, but to be fair, watching from that view, it's really hard to see where the car was until the last second. The only thing, and what you should have done, was slow down. Once you see that, just slow down. You're already near the back. You have no one behind you. There is no harm in coming to a complete stop if you have to. Just do not drive into smoke.
So that's going to add even more so to the damage just like that. More people will come down pit road, take some service. Interesting race to say the very least right now, as right now we are already under 20 laps to go in the stage here, DJ. Holston up front still.
Adam Holston still holding that position up front. Remember last week he wasn't here with us on the broadcast because he was out fishing in the ocean, and he showed us the big catch that he got, and they were able to catch a lot of great fish out there, and they're going to be eating well for a while there at the Holston homestead. Gavin Hinston back up into 2nd, Evan Janik, Jackson Atala, and Andrew Allen making his way into the 5th spot. Let's not count out 27 of Mr. Story Squared, Christian Barnes, running the Corona Extra car tonight. Now, if you remember, the first couple races that we did over here, we could never get his car number to show up, and this dude was getting penalized every week because he would not put a car number on his car. Someone got the memo to him, and now he has a car number, and it looks great. That car, absolutely beautiful, with the Independence Day American flag on there. What a great looking car. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, now he looks to keep it clean all throughout this one. So again, precautions here in this race. Still less than 20 laps to work with here. As Holston, I think, may have just chosen the bottom. I'm not sure. There are some drivers I don't think that are getting the choose yet. I think a lot of people not coming down here. Yes.
Yeah, we're still under the pace laps right now. So let's go ahead. Let's talk to somebody. Get Adam Holt. Yeah, let's get Adam in here and talk to him. Bringing Adam in. Adam Dabbs, this guy up in the booth, brother. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
And car's looking good out there. Good paint job, good position on the track. Strategy here for the rest of the day.
Well, really right now, I haven't taken any tires, so these guys behind me, I think they're going to definitely get by me. I'm just really hoping for maybe a caution after another 5 laps and, you know, just keep that lead ahead of them. But, you know, I don't really know. I think I'm just going to use my tires up now that I got an extra set on everybody and just hope it puts me out front.
Yeah, JP and I were talking difference between track position, between air versus tires. What's your opinion on that? Are you more towards the thought of staying up front there rather than getting the new rubber?
Honestly, I think I want the new rubber right now. I just really did this move because I was way far in the back and I wanted to try and make something happen, and so far it's working out.
Can't wait to see what happens here for you coming down to the end of stage 1. Adam, always a pleasure to speak, and good luck for the rest of the
Thanks, sir.
Adam Holston there, JP, seeming pretty confident. Well, maybe reserved confidence as we head down to get the chew time by.
And it looks like it's going to be scatter plot for the choices here. Will Henson choose to the inside? Yes, he will. Looks like Janik may have chosen the outside. Yes, he did. So a lot of people choose the inside line here, it looks like, by preference. In fact, most of the field will choose the bottom here, DJ, for this restart.
Right, I think some of those guys in the back forced down there with how the pit stops worked out. But again, the bottom is bad. I mean, if you think of any tracks like Crystal or any of the flat Legends ovals, you know, inside the quarter miles, or, you know, the quarter miles inside of the big NASCAR tracks, like bottom, not win by passing on the outside here. You can bend, like you said earlier, but win the race, you have to put the move bottom. If you get extremely lucky, and as we're coming down to the end here, we're going to have about, 16 laps left until the end of stage 1. So those points are going to be up for grabs. I don't think we're done seeing the last of our caution flags here tonight.
I don't think they're done either with the way things are shaping up. We said if it goes green, might be in store for some great race. We had a lot of battling during a long green flag run. And now it's getting more and more difficult for these drivers to keep it green and keep it clean here in this stage. Got a Tolston alongside of Janik, Henson, Hatawa, Allen, Pollock, Barnes, Ullman, Hunt, Wingfield, your top 10 for this upcoming restart.
On their way down the track right now. Pace car is going to make that hard left-hand turn. We're going to be back underway. How long can we stay green this time? It's been different. I'm JP. I got a feeling that some of these new tires are going to come up. You're seeing drivers being plugged up there for a black flag. Don't worry about that. Any black flags on the start are usually just an iRacing scoring issue. As the green flag flies, we are back underway. Great start from Adam Holston, and he's going to pull Evan Janik right along behind him.
Able to clear right on through as now they settle down. Hatawa hits the wall. Doesn't look like he had a damage, however. All while Pollock able to clear on by Allen. That gets him into the top 5 as here comes the run.
Yeah, here comes the run. Barnes pushing Allen down the back straightaway, and you hear the throttle being played right there, and there goes Evan Janik to the lead. Adam Holston, and then almost getting turn there by Gavin Hinson in the back, and that's going to be an issue for Hinson as now Hatala's going to the inside, and that's going to open up the floodgates, and until Hinson can get down to that inside, he's not going to be able to make any positions right there as well. You see everybody forming down to the inside, so until he gets a break, that car is going to move to the back.
So they all square away now as they try and sort things out. Hinson holds back the charge from Pollock. Able to get back single file there. So, interesting night so far. Joey Beam, by the way, is still out of the race. That leaves us right now with 29 running at the time being in this one. Rayshawn Winkfield amongst those with the faster pair, looks like from earlier possibly, already keeping himself close to be able to make a charge here in the 23. He's looking to the outside too.
Yep, he snuck up on the battle there between Allen and Barnes, and Wingfield's going to put this 3 wide if he has to, but he's going to make the move down here. Turn number 1, he's going to get the run, and don't call me a liar right now, Rayshawn. I know you want to go to the front, and he's actually going to hold on to it. Okay, so he's going to stay there for right now, but not for too much longer. I think he's going to get the run right here. If he packs too much air on that 27 is going to get loose, and he does to the inside, and here comes Rayshawn Wingfield moving up into that 7th spot.
He's got a bit first charge, believe, possibly here. He did take a faster pair and take 4 set of tires last time he came down pit road. So it's not a surprise to see him this good on the corner apex off. See right there, grip just locks up. He's able to gain more time, but no place to take it yet.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's just messing around with Christian right now, or if he's, or if Christian's just driving into the corner way harder. But you see Rayshawn pushing down there, and that allowed John Woolen to get up on the rear bumper of the 20, possibly make the move. But now they're separating farther out, so it looks like that Christian Barnes' car has came together, and they're making their way back up towards the front, trying to get around Pollock. But Evan Janik has moved up into the lead, like we meant. Now a second ahead of Adam Holston, as here comes the battle for the 6th spot.
Able to make the move once again, goes to 27. Wingfield does get around Allen for good measure. Will try to get around Barnes yet again in his Toyota. We know that there's aggression when it comes to Wingfield. He likes to be up at the front, as you said. He likes to pounce. He does not like to diddle-daddle with traffic. This battle is costing them more and more time to Pollock, mind you. They've almost lost second and we're wrecking in the back again. And somebody's turned into a Frisbee. Caution flag is out as there goes the hit for Ritters.
I saw someone spinning like a top back there. Ritters that wasn't heavily involved, but it might have been Zukov that was around. Let's check it out here on the Black Diamond Designs.
Wade Nelson may have been involved too based on the number placements, but Valenti also picked up a meatball flag. It all starts right down there. Gets loose. They all get loose.
Oh,
Nelson
my.
is turned into a Frisbee
God.
going all over the place.
Oh my. Let's watch this again, because I think what happened there. Okay. Watching this again here, the 13, as you see in the corner, he sees that car right there. Yep, okay, so he came off the corner and he turned to the left to try to not hit the car on his outside, but then he saw the 33 shooting back up across the track, so he had to turn the right to miss the 33, and he overcorrected and went, and you'll see it. Oh my gosh, I've never seen a car hit this hard off of that barrier right there. Let's check it out again.
A multi-car incident once again. Smeagol eggs continue to just keep flying from that incident.
Yeah, you see the first driver get loose, right? And here goes right there. He overcorrects and he gets into the 33. Now here goes the 33. Watch him hit this pit barrier. He gets shot out like a potato, straight back across the track. Christian, that's not Christian Barnes, that's Caleb Hunt. And his car just goes insane, and somehow there is less damage on the 33 than there is on the 13. I have no words.
Some of the cars he ricocheted off of, I don't think actually picked up damage.
Right, that was insane. Tough break, though, because, again, the 13 was just trying to miss the wreck that was already happened, and he got the weeble wobbles there and de-wedged the car and went up the track, got into the 33, and then, well, the rest is history, as they say. The 33 and the wall had a very intimate moment, the pit wall, that is, and shot back across the track. We're going to take another quick break here on Ballin TV. Again, we appreciate everybody watching out there in the YouTube chat. Shout out to Cole79 out there rooting for SB Cochran. And Riddlers, sorry to say, the 13 has seen his fair share of destruction here tonight, which is unfortunate. But we'll be right back after these commercial break, watching the Mr. Grayson League Octane Outlaws Cup Series at Indianapolis.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Indianapolis Motor Speedway, IMS. More coverage of Mystic Racing League. Tonight's coverage of the Brickyard 400 presented by Fall Creek Plumbing. Continuing to see these drivers, well, race around the racetrack and hope to keep it all clean. Again, tonight's action brought to you by Fall Creek Plumbing, a family-owned business in Pendleton, Indiana, that provides reliable plumbing services across central Indiana with a commitment to quality workmanship and customer satisfaction. They specialize in residential repairs and light commercial projects. Their team takes pride in offering honest service and dependable solutions, making them a trusted name in the community. For more information, go to their Facebook at Fall Creek Plumbing. Right now, one of the drivers with their logos on the car tonight, Evan Janik, is getting ready to be the inside line for the restart zone. We did have some more pit stops yet again. That included Rayshawn Winkfield and a few others. That did peel on down here, DJ. We'll see how this restart goes for Janik as he looks to reclaim the throne up front. Coming around to what will be 7 laps to go on the stage.
7 laps to go on the stage. Janik and Hint on the front row. And we are back underway. Good push from down on the inside. That's going to put him along. Hinson going to be in trouble up there if he can't get back down to the inside. Evan Janik making the front, watching here. Jackson Hatala into the outside wall. Again, Jackson brother, stay out of the wall. He's hit that wall 3 times now, but still barely any damage to that right front. He's been lucky, but I don't know how much that luck will hold on.
Any harder hits, he might just crumple up that whole fender. Now he gets passed by Barnes. Barnes up the high side. Able to make that move stick, it looks like. No, he just got shot back because Hinson just had an issue in the same spot.
Yeah, a lot of commotion going on right there. Everybody able to save their vehicle. Barnes going to go down to the inside. Hinson side-by-side battle back there. And we got a meatball flag going on for David Moyer in the 47 right now. Looks like his motor has blown and he is expired down to the inside. He does have the fast repair if he can make it back around, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Yeah, he will. There he goes. He's going to down pit road, and let's.
Not been a good night for him.
Oh my!
And he gets stacked up on the outside. Wade involved, and yet again, cars go around for a spin on the Black Diamond Designs replay. Yet again, attrition. And yeah, this is still green. Surprise. We had those cars spun around with others around them. There was no yellow.
Yeah, they were all by them lonesome out there and able to get back going again. So no yellow. Evan Jan puts down the new fastest lap. Currently running around this facility. 5.7. Great times considering how hot it is out there right now. Now it's cooler than it was, but 90 tires want to get the heat number. As you see a couple drivers saying hello to that safe barrier up near the front. Christian Barnes working on John Ullman.
Ullman just lets by Barnes, no issue. And that is for the stage point cutoff, mind you, with less than 5 laps to go in the stage. So your normal, regular front runners have all of a sudden moved in all the stage point slots. There were so many different outliers before. Not anymore. That's how quickly things can change over the course of even one stage in a full distance race.
You can say for sure that Joey is officially out of this event. He's in 30th spot there here today. Coming down to the end of the stage. Going to be about 3 laps to go here next time around. Looking for those stage points as everybody currently in a single file line as we head down the back straightaway until we get some draft movement here. As here goes Barnes, going to take the inside look around Jackson Hatala and is going to be able to make that position as long as Hatala gives it to him. Not trying to side draft him right now. So Hatala going to fall back in behind Christian Barnes. No, he's going to try to stick it on the outside, and there was not a lot of room there, JP. They made it work.
Yes, indeed. Able to slip on through again. Oh, wow. Some of the drivers like Wingfield try and make up ground. Wingfield already pit again. Hinson's going the wrong direction, and this roller coaster of strategy. He's one of the one-time pitters. In fact, he's the last of those who have pit one time in this race so far, if you're looking at the total pit stop stint so far. A lot of the others have already pit 2+. Most of the drivers up front have pit at least once, but waited until some of the more recent cautions. Some of the others have pit towards the earlier portions and then came down again.
Yeah, you see on your screen right now on the left-hand side, Ticker Wingfield has been on pit road 5 times. Thornton's been on pit road 6. But drivers up in front like Janik and Holson, Pollock, Barnes, Ullman, they've only been down 1 time. But he's still trying to make their way towards those coveted playoff points as we're coming down to the end. You see Hatala. See, that's how you do it. See, you get it loose right there, and he did not overcorrect it. That's great car handling right there to come out of that. But those rear tires on that 09 Logitech machine, not happy right now, JP.
Not looking like it right now. And it's going to be a thankful time for some with the caution coming up here. A couple laps to go in this stage, mind you, already. Janik has already pulled away by near 3 seconds in the course of less than 8 laps over this run, by the way. That's how quick they are up at the front of the field here, Janik is so far here tonight. We're on lap 50. This is the white flag out for the stage. Final time around in stage 1.
Final time around stage 1. Doesn't look like anybody's going to have anything for Evan Janik to take that win away. Currently in third, close battle on the track for that position. Adam Holston, Alex Pollock, as they make their way down the back straightaway here. Heading into the third turn, coming to get the green-white checkered flag for the end of stage 1. Adam Holston holding on to it so far.
Holston just trying to hold on to second step of the podium. Pollock, it's sent at the very least into the corner. But in the end, it is Janik who gets the green-white checkered. Second goes to Holston. Pollock third. Barnes in fourth. Woolman top 5 as the stage caution comes out. Green-white checkered for car 71.
71, Evan Janik being credited now with that stage 1 victory. JP, they're still obviously drafted big tracks like this, so to see someone off of a restart with, what, we had 8 laps to go or whatever, and to pull that far ahead without any competition, was it just tires or, I don't know.
It's got to be a mix of things.
Yeah.
Based on that, it's got to be a mix.
Because you can push these cars really, really hard, and maybe some of the drivers unsure about how hard you can push those tires, but again, it's all a wash right now because Evan Janik is going to be credited with the win here. So we do want to get a chance to talk to Evan, but we want to make sure that he's got all of his pit stop strategy and all of that underway first so far. So while we wait for those pit stops to happen, which they will, let's take a look at the points as they were after the Chicago Street Course to see kind of where everybody lines up as far as the points go. We were talking about Thornton and White being so close to that cutoff line, and Joshua Thornton can breathe a little easier now because of the big problem that Zach White had earlier.
Yeah, that's going to be a big shakeup for the cut line. Zukov struggled tonight. Jared Knopfsnyder has been a non-factor so far. So it's looking great for Thornton as long as he stays out of his own way. What else can you really say? He's been in a spot where he's been able to perform, but has also got into a lot of incidents too that we've seen him not finish out races as a result. So for Thornton, got to keep out of any incidents, just perform. Do what he can to drive, because he can drive when he's racing.
That is true, and the key word is when he is racing. When the car has power, when it is not wrecked, Thornton can run with the best of them on the racetrack. Pit stops currently underway. Here come all the leaders down pit road. Stage 1 break currently underway, Jake.
Derek Jude already picked up a black flag, it looks like, for his pit entry. Had an issue, it looks like, on his part.
Hey, Allen stayed out.
Yeah, that is interesting. He's pit 4 times, but that's going to potentially pin Zach White, who wanted to take a waiver out, a lap down here.
That's going to keep White from getting that lap back. I wonder if there's some strategy at play right there.
There's definitely some strategy choices there. It's just a matter of, will it be the right call?
2 tires for Wingfield.
Looking to take advantage. Remember, he's pit several times already. Janik is out for the way. Thornton gained a lot of spots too. Thornton also took 2.
That's right. Strategy being played here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Crown Jewel event at the Mystic Racing League, the Octane Outlaws Cup Series. Your stage number 1 winner was Evan Janik. Pit road has been cleared, so let's give a chat to Mr. Janik as we get up there. JP, if you would.
Yes, indeed. Evan Janik joins us now at the broadcast booth. First things first, so far, how are you feeling about the race car tonight here at the Brickyard?
I like it out front. After after you get in traffic, it's really hard to pass. As soon as you get a run off them in the corner, you get to them on the straightaway, and the air bubble just pushes them forward. So you really have to be really careful with your track position and hang on to it.
So what are you going to try and do to overcome that dirty air here? Because you're going to have that coming up with Allen and Wingfield in front of you.
I'm hoping that I'll be able to get a run off them the first 2 corners with them being on really old tires and I'm being on fresh tires. After that, I really don't know. If they battle, I should be good, but we'll see.
Overall, what are your keys to a good rest of the race in your mind?
Keeping track position. Track position is key.
Okay, we'll see if you keep that key or if the key ends up getting lost somewhere in turn 3. Thanks for the time, Evan.
Yep, no problem.
Evan Janik getting set to go. An Era 5-star racing driver to take it to speak with us, including our stage winner. He'll choose the inside here for the restart, DJ.
Choose the inside. Smart way to do it. If he chose the outside, I would be questioning some reality right now. But remember how we told you that the 23 was going to be on his way back towards the front? And there he is right now. He's going to be on the inside. And that's going to put Sean Wingfield up there battling for the win. That Bush Apple number 23, that infamous car paint job that he has been running. When you see that red and white and blue number 23 in your rearview mirror, you know that he means business, so watch out. He's fast as well. He's got a heck of a lot of talent. A lot of these drivers do. Most, if not all, the drivers here are highly talented. They're just new, right? This is the first year for the Mystic Racing League on iRacing. They came and were one of the biggest leagues and communities in the NASCAR heat aspect. So I know there's a ton of drivers in the Mystic Racing League that are super excited about this upcoming console release of iRacing.
Yeah, there's been a lot of posts about it recently, some screenshots, quote unquote, coming out with the look at the TV monitor. It's going to be interesting to see how many people make that jump over to the console side coming up. I know there's a lot of people anticipating a big time release for that one. But these drivers here are ready to go again. Got up to 106 laps to go overall. We raced to lap 100 in the stage. Wingfield caught sleeping. Green flag is out.
Wingfield definitely sleeping. Now he's going to try to block Janik down to the inside. 3 wide offset behind them. And here comes Adam Holston to the outside. Wingfield, I think, got himself corrected right there as all these drivers now on new tires, not used to the grip level that they have. And you even saw Evan Janik up at the outside as now the yellow flag flies. I'm showing maybe some potential issues there with Alan Zukov and possibly again with Isaac Brock, JP.
David Moyer as well. A lot of people didn't get going in the single file line and they stacked up like Legos. There's a huge check up there and everybody just spins it.
Wow. What in the world? All right, we're going to take another look at it.
Yeah, my goodness. Again, David Moy was the first person on the checkup and then spins into Wade, and then they just stack up.
Isaac Brock trying to squeeze his way down on the inside. Just not working out. Let's again here. Let's try to get yeah. What was that? What was the initial spin right there of that car? Is that Reggie Kime?
No, I think it was Moyer.
Moyer, okay. Yeah, you said that, and I just... let's look at it here. Let's watch... Yeah, you're right, the 47 of Moyer. Oh, down, single file. We got big gaps. That's the first problem. Huge gaps. That's going to allow people to come and go, and like an accordion... The 47 doesn't go, and then comes back down the track, and then the 3 turns to the left, and then hits the 39, and then they wreck again, and there's Isaac Brock, and then big old mess, Jake.
An absolute mess. It puts us back into the yellow flag yet again. Joshua Gilman's already ducked down pit road. Most of the field has stayed out here. And this is where it gets difficult. You have cautions, precautions, right? And that's been the trend in this.
Making his way back onto the track, so. Inside that one, JP. Some pit stops in the back right now from some of these damaged drivers. We're going to take a quick commercial break here as we're in yellow, and we'll be back right after these messages. You're watching Mystic Racing League live on Ballin TV.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Faces hidden, masks they wear, bullies ruling, no one dares. Silent crowds in disrepair. Strength is rare, it's also there. Who will rise up, who will fight? Darkness takes away the light. Voices drown in silent night. Stand together, make it right. Unity can break the chain. Hands are shaking, heads are bowed. Need the brave to shout out loud. Break the silence, feel so proud. Stand against the cruel and loud. Who will rise up, who will fight? Darkness takes away the light. Voices drown in silent night. Stand together, make it right. Darkness takes away the light. Voices drown in silent night. Stand together, make it right.
Welcome back, everyone, to the race. Cautions, precautions, 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 precautions.
That is not a broken record.
Yes, it's been consistent. Race control just got warnings given for radio communication. They've just brought out warnings again for the incidents. We'll try this again. We still have less than 40 to go in the stage.
Everyone hyped up, ready to go. Crown Jewel event, baby. Motions are running high. Let's see if we can get it back under control here. 99 to go. Only a few more left here for the stage, JP, and then it's all the chips are on the table. Working our way down to get the green flag. Evan Janik, Joshua Thornton, Adam Holston. Pace car is off. re-rack them, restack them. See the restart zone there. Green flag is out. We are underway again, heading down into turn 1.
Janik able to get the jump. Thornton tried to jump on the outside. Hatawa trying to push him through it. Oh, a little bit of a wiggle. Here goes Holston. Holston to the wall. He slams the inside barrier. We stay green as he takes the access road.
Staying green. Let's get a quick view on exactly what happened to Holston there.
We did have another wreck in the back involving Zukov and Jeffrey Fisher that also didn't brilliantly old, by the way. Isaac Wilson's meatball was from that.
Heard the news there from JP. We'll take a look at that as well. Going to see now on Holston if he gets any help from Alex Pollock, or if it is just a self-spin, a de-wedging issue like we've seen. Yep, he got loose and couldn't catch it, but he didn't overcorrect. He kept it down to the inside. He's going to live to fight another day, and he basically saved Joshua Thornton's life right there. Then you said there was an incident with Isaac Wilson, moved back to him, and you see him almost stopped on the track. So let's take this replay that we're already watching. Let's rewind it just a little bit, see what happened with Isaac Wilson there.
Yeah, he's had a rough night here in this one.
Oh,
Gets
man.
even worse.
Ray Sean got him loose. Packed that air. And the Ghost Energy 93 comes back up on the track and gets absolutely slammed. And then the ARCA brakes kick in. And all she wrote.
Baron Obsteiner also down pit road because his hood flaps just deployed. He's been driving without visibility. Up front, the top two ran away, but it's on for third. Pollock, Katawa, also in the mix. How about into the conversation, Jacob Cochran. Oh, now another one gets loose. It's the 92.
Great save, great save. With this new aero package, the car behind you can pack air up underneath that bumper and get the car loose. And that's exactly what happened to the 92. No contact between the cars, but the air bubble brought him around. And what a great save is now he's going to try to side draft Rayshawn Wingfield into the outside wall. That was actually Andrew Allen and Rayshawn Wingfield that were going at it right there. They're still going at it.
Wingfield on the outside. It's his strategy plays. He's able to get the pole. Has the draft to help finish the job. Got to move himself another spot inside the top 10. So looking like we're now stabilizing out after the cautions earlier on. Derek Jewett is all of a sudden up here. The 45 has had a rough night with some hits, multiple pit road infractions. Now he's looking to make some passes on John Ullman now that he's got a clean car. It seems to be in sync on his track.
That's right. Let's take a look at how many fast repairs that we have used here tonight. You see Thornton has used a fast repair. Wingfield has used a fast repair. And so has Brett Renz. So we still have a lot of the drivers that have their fast repairs left. And I'm trying to see... do it right there. He does have one left, so he was able to manually fix that damage on that 45 car. So good on him. Got the car fixed and still is able to maintain that fast repair. It's up in 7 spots, so not a bad look for him. The battle closely behind him, though. JP got Aaron Espy. Remember, he was involved in that wreck early on, and you see the looks like the 16 car there. Who is Aaron Espy, into the outside wall. So producers, announcers, curse, we talked about him coming back up, and he kind of touches the wall for good measure.
Didn't add any damage though, so he still got a clean race car after the damage earlier he had picked up. Just trying to run his own race right here as the inside line opens up for Hinson. And the Slim Chickens machine able to make another move. And that's the one thing I've noticed when it comes to Hinson. He's been picking his spots. The Slim Chickens machine of Ullman also picking his spots. Both of them have been trying to keep it clean, keep it simple, be able to make their way through without any troubles, to be able to make some of these passes here. Ullman, one of those that likes to keep patient.
Definitely, and then you have Jacob Cochran who is in the 3rd position. Want to give him a special shout out right now. Up 23 spots, the current hard charger of the race. Not a name that you see a lot here, Mystic Racing League, on any of the broadcasts that we usually do on Friday nights or on Sunday afternoon here for the Crown Jewel event. Up 23 positions and running really good lap times. Might be in the mix here before too much.
Yeah. They're still putting on a great fight, by the way. The reason for this big bumper is all this. Pollock and Jewett have just not backed down. Oh, look at that.
That's not good.
Contact. Ullman in the wall. He gets ping-ponged up. Able to hold back onto it.
Don, are you okay, brother? Holy cow. I saw that 3 wide going down there, and I don't think that the second place car that was on the outside knew that they were 3 wide, and once the contact happened, it was an accordion effect, and it ended with the Slim Chickens being even slimmer now. As you know, that wheelbase shrank as the 34 hit the outside wall, and he's going to be in trouble until he can get down pit road, which luckily still has his fast repair left, so he's not completely out of the event right now, but for right now he just needs to keep his cool and carry on.
It's going to be the important thing with the race like this here tonight. Oh, more trouble. Thornton gets loose, able to hold on to it. Nearly spun into Cochran. Or to remember some muscles who have used the fast repair. Big save.
Joshua Thornton, let's check that again here. See a car right on his back bumper. That's Cochran. Let's see if he pushes and if he punches some air there up underneath the 29. No, looks like the 29 just took the wrong entry to the corner, de-wedged the car, sideways saved it. See how lucky he was not to overcorrect back up to the outside. That was just the perfect amount of input that he needed between the wheel and the throttle to keep his car safe. Great piece of driving by the number 29.
That's going to cook his tires in just a little bit, but able to still maintain for now as a result here. Let's see what happens from here on out amongst these drivers as they close things out. Less than 30 to go in the stage coming up. Pollock got a little bit too close to cars.
Just a hair too close there, and almost had a big incident with Alex Pollock, but he's able to keep going again down to the hello. That Jose Medina.
Yes, oh my goodness. Huge crash, turn 3. Straight up, nearly into the traffic.
Check it out here, JP, on the Black Diamond Designs replay. Looking at Jose Medina right here. The Alex Pollock in front of him. This is where we're on board with Alex. He gets caught up right there. Now down to the inside. There's Medina. They're heading down the back straightaway here, going into turn number 3. Medina down to the inside. Medina turns exact to the right. That has to be a hardware failure. Then comes back across the track, head on into the wall. Absolutely destroys the number 18, and the yellow flag is out here again. Let's get another view of that with the cockpit view to see exactly what the steering situation looked like if there was indeed a failure.
It did say something on the radio about that. Right, yeah, something disconnected right in the middle of the straightaway.
Yeah, and that shot him back over into Alex Pollock, and that back down into the inside wall. Heavy contact. You see another driver up there spinning ahead of him, and Medina not moving on the replay right now, trying to get everything reset. And and he does. He ends up taking that call. Hardware issue for new driver Jose Medina here tonight. Hits Alex Pollock down into the inside wall, shoots back up across the track, and heavy contact as pit road is now open, and it's pretty busy. Here come at least a majority of the leaders down pit road.
And this is making sense here because we are at a strategy window here. This should get everyone to the end in terms of the stints here for the stage with this pit stop.
It should. This should complete the stage, as you mentioned. Looks like Brett Wren is staying out. Big Daddy Brett taking the lead. He's going to have to come back down pit road. I think he's getting some points out there right now. Looks like it's going to be 4 tires around for most people, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple 2-tire changes here, JP, as take a look at the exit here and see if anybody comes out in front of Evan Janik. No, looks like 4 tires around. Jackson Hautala coming out behind Evan Janik, and then you have Rayshawn Wingfield, Caleb Hunt, who was able to keep his car clean throughout the event here tonight. He is back into that 7th position. So looking at Brett Wren right now out there, this definitely has to be a play for either track position or stage points coming down to the end of stage 2. But I don't know if that 24 has enough speed in it with those old tires to keep up there. You see he is sporting the Fall Creek Plumbing sponsored machine, looking absolutely beautiful. Not bad for that paint job out there. I'm not usually a fan of what you would call that candy apple red, maybe, but it looks good, especially with the American flag on there and the blue of the Fall Creek Plumbing. A great paint job there that Brett Wren is driving around here tonight.
Yes, indeed, it's Pops able to take part with the sponsor that's been able to support the series. Take a look at Wren as he's keeping pretty calm and watching the broadcast in the backdrop.
Brett, I know you can hear us, Brett. Give us a wave, brother. We got the Fall Creek Plumbing shirt on. We got the broadcast. We got the car. You're in the lead. We know, is that a dog? That's either a small dog or a very large cat. I'm not sure what's going on in the background. There he is. Hey, Brett, how you doing, brother? Brett Wren, Big Daddy Brett out there, loving the broadcast. We appreciate him. Brett, one of the nicest people in the entire world we'll ever meet. Good dude. We definitely appreciate him. And he's leading here, JP, and look who's on the outside. It's Dale Earnhardt himself.
Michael Wade, that's going to make things very interesting. I am not sure how this is going to go for Wade. He has been bounced around a fair bit. This is a strategy window that Wade's going to be almost forced into now, though, you'd have to think, as they come around.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, what happened? Where'd Brett go? Did Brett just fall out of the race?
Oh, that's not good. He just had a technical blip. Yeah.
No,
right
Brett.
from the race lead.
Oh, no, I can't believe I just did that to Brett. Oh, he's back.
He might get the technical connection flag here at this point.
Yeah, that is true. I remember seeing that. A couple of the connection flags come out, have come out in some leagues that we've done together, JP, and put them in the back, but Brett able to stay up there. I definitely thought that we jinxed him, and his connection was like, you know what, that's how the world works, and he was done, but he's able to stay up there in that Fall Creek Plumbing number 24. Brett Wren going to lead us down to green.
So let's find out how this is going to go here in the next moments or so. Still plenty of laps to go in this stage. We still have more than 20 laps to go in the stage. Wren and Wade ready to go to the restart zone. Green flag about to wave. Green, green, green. Off and away. And Brett Wren almost wiggles himself loose.
He almost did, but he's going to take that lead, and you saw Rayshawn Wingfield back there behind him. Contact now, Zach White. He got the fast repair. Michael Wade up there as well in that Dale Earnhardt Sr. car. But Rayshawn is not going to put up with this and sit behind here for too much longer, as now we're 3 wide down the back straightaway.
All sorts of cars scattering about. Janik wants to make some moves. Zach White is up here. He's
Zach, you got to give him room. Oh, no.
He didn't give room, and now they both go in the wall. Hatawa and White, they're still not done.
4 wide, 5 wide. He didn't give room, and it was forced. Now they're wrecking. There's a big hard contact behind them. It looks like the 21 of Isaac Brock involved in yet another incident for that 21. Let's see exactly what happened, but there was not enough room on the inside, and Evan Janik said, if you're not going to give me room, I'm going to make my own room, and he shot that car, Zach White, up into the outside there. That's what happens. You have to give room at this track. So here, let's check out a replay. We're going to go back just a little bit further to show the big 4 wide action here. See right here, you see up near the top of the screen, you see Zach White not giving any room to Evan Janik, and Evan just says, I'm going to take it, because he had the right of way for the track. That shot everyone up there 3, 4 wide. Now everyone's freaking out. Where do we go? Where do we go? You see Brock there. He's in the middle, and he tries to go down to the inside, makes contact, and oh my goodness, Brock had an anxiety attack there, I think, and it shot him down to the inside. He was trying to get to a safe place, and he got into the right side of Holston, which shot him back up the track. Let's look at another replay from the roll bar here on board with the number 21 of Isaac Brock.
They were 4 wide on the corner. That's never good here.
Oh.
And wow.
Yeah, 2 wide doesn't even work here, let alone 4 wide. That was absolutely insane. I believe that was contact, yeah, with Zukov there. Let's rewind it one more time. We're going to look with Zukov right here down the back straightaway. Just looks like an innocent bystander. See, going into turn 3. All the action's going to happen up here in front of him. Now turn 4. This is where it happens, right here. But right now, off the throttle, on the brake, off the throttle. Keep it down. Oh, he got the Weeble Wobbles there, JP. The new build Weeble Wobbles, and shot him up the track, and that's what happened right there with it.
Puts us again under the yellow flag in this one. So many cautions building up here. So much time still to go in this race. How does this impact the driver's psyche, in your opinion?
To be honest with you, the drivers are all different. They're going to deal with it in different ways, but if you're anything like me and, you know, have a little bit of the ADHD, you know, you're stuff like this that's not fluid, and it eats away at your brain. There are times where I didn't even compete in a race if it was at a track that had really long pace laps, Pocono, Talladega, stuff like that, because it physically hurt my brain to sit here and run under yellow with the long laps. So some of these drivers out here are really suffering with this, and you may see some drivers just park it for the rest of the night if this keeps up because of that. Other drivers, they'll pull out their cell phone, they'll be on TikTok or Snapchat or whatever, talking to their girlfriend or whatnot, but you know, it's going to affect people in different ways. Brett Wren, he's just here for a good time. He's here for a good time. He's absolutely chill. Evan Janik, he's got a chill attitude the same way. I think, though, that these yellows, this stop and go, is really affecting Rayshawn Wingfield, though. I don't think he likes this, man. So we'll have to see how it all plays out. But you know, Brett Wren still up in the front, holding off Evan Janik so far, and we don't have much longer to go before the end of stage 2.
Yes, indeed. It looks like we're already getting drivers getting ready to choose things out here.
Wade on the outside.
Now you see them starting to sort things out on their lineups. Gonna be a curious time to see how this field plays this out yet again as we get ready for the restart. Yeah, Wade, the first one to the outside. Thornton gains a lot of spots with it.
Yeah, and you see some of the haze. You know, the cars aren't looking as clear as they were. Oh, it's a little more grayer outside. That humidity is playing a factor here. Let's check out the weather. It was 84%. It's gone down a little bit, but that is still relatively high humidity, especially when that temperature starts to go down, which it was 109, I believe, when we started. It's at 92 right now. That's going to create even more fog. If this keeps up, JP, visibility is going to be an issue here before too much longer.
Yeah, it might become the question, does this track have lights?
I don't think it does.
So if it gets to that point, how will these drivers fare in the dark if we get another 2 hours down?
Right?
And that's stretching it. And it gets to that point. I'm not quite sure. But
We're going to send it.
yes, indeed. Getting ready for a restart. So again, to reset, Wren and Wade, Janik and Thornton, Wingfield, Hotella, Jewett and Cochran, Henson and Pollock amongst your top 10 here for the lineup. And most of the field, as said, did choose the inside line. 17 lap-old tires up front, then 5 lap-old tires behind them. The first on a brand new stint, according to the data, would be Hatawa and SB, but as well Joshua Gillen. Some of the drivers pit as many as 10 times here tonight. Green, 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 back underway. Wade with a lot of tire spin.
Yeah, a lot of tire spin. You saw him weaving to the outside of the inside. Now comes down trying to side draft the 71. Michael, that was close, brother. That was close. Now he hits the outside wall. Here comes Rayshawn Wingfield to the inside, side by side for that third spot. Wingfield's going to take it out of turn number 3. And now, is there going to be enough green flag laps for Evan Janik to get up there and battle with Brett Wren? Yes, there will. He goes down to the inside, battle for the lead in turn 3.
So Janik retakes the point. That was easy. And now Wingfield is quickly charging as there goes Wade into the wall.
Michael Wade hitting the wall hard. Now he's going to the inside. He's got the grass. Hang on to that, Michael. Our lawnmowers, brother. Down the front straightaway here. Heavy damage. He might have hurt or bent some of the suspension on that, JP. No meatball flag just yet, but you can definitely tell that that car is not riding well.
Yeah, that car not fitting to Wade's driving style. Hatawa gets back into a rhythm, passes Jewett, just gets the close move done. Coming up to 20 to go in the stage. That's how lengthy things have gotten here in stage 2. These drivers now starting to see some of those on the fresh tires really get comfortable from that single file lineup.
That's right. You see right now Derek Jewett, Gavin Henson battling. Everybody, Jackson Atala trying to hold off everybody behind him. Brett Wren, he has settled down. He has settled right into that third spot. So staying good there. And if he can stay up there until the end of stage 2, he's going to be able to pit with everybody and get back on the main pit strategy here as Evan Janik lays down a blistering lap of 51.865. Absolutely flying out right there right now as these the temperatures outside get lower and lower and lower. The speeds are going to pick up.
Yes, indeed, and right now they are flying and flying and more flying around this racetrack. 80 to go overall in the race. This is halfway in the race this time by. And so far, who's been your dark horse in terms of what we've seen so far with so many comers and goers?
Well, earlier in the race, you asked me to pick a winner, and I said I think Evan Janik's going to do it. But if you wanted me to pick a dark horse, someone that I think that can compete with Evan Janik up there, if he can get a break, is Jackson Hatala in the 09. Fantastic little driver. The 09 car is great, but he's been involved with some other people's incidents. He's not able to settle down, let the track come to him. He's got to constantly getting back and forth, seeing what's going on. So my dark horse here tonight is going to be the 09 of Jackson Hatala. But to be honest with you, if anybody can beat Evan Janik, that would gain my respect right there. So I'm rooting. I'm not rooting for everybody, but if anybody can beat Evan Janik, they win my vote. So that's what I'm sticking with.
Indeed. So, look to see how the field plays things out right now. Henson sees Atala try and make some bobbles. Some of these drivers just searching for clean air, searching for opportunities to make passes on the tire stints. That's a tough thing. Here we go again.
Oh,
Atala now loose. He locks it down up across the track. No yellow. We stay green.
How did nobody hit that man? That is great luck. Oh, Jackson, settle down, brother. Keep it out of the wall. He got really lucky right there not to be hit. Let's take a quick look and see exactly what happened. The 09 down to the inside. He's trying to make it around Brett Wren. Did he wedged the car too much? Not really. He just pushed himself tight. He had too much wheel into it, and he got tight. And as soon as the front end got grip, it just shot him around. That was very, very close to being. Again, the broadcaster's curse strikes. Just talked about him being my dark horse, and then he goes and does that. So please don't ask me anymore. Who's going to win here tonight, JP? I feel bad already.
We regroups and resets. Right now, Hatawa is still running in the 11th position after that slide. Already resetting well. Cochran. You know, he's been doing very well when he's had the track position here, too. I was about to say. He's someone that you could also throw into that mix maybe as a dark horse. So far, he's been just methodically marching his way through, yes.
It looks like that's the Freedom Brew Shine, number 84. Legendary Salute, Freedom Mill. What a beautiful paint scheme that is here on the 249th birthday for the United States of America. Happy birthday, America. And, you know, I've always wondered, JP, when is the Canadian version of Independence Day? Like, what is that?
July 1st is Canada Day.
July 1st is Canada Day. July 4th is the Independence Day for the United States. So it's really close. Like, they're, like, almost back to back. That's awesome.
It's usually the same week, yes.
Very cool.
And so, the Americans still very proud of this holiday weekend. Of course, lots of people celebrating, as we said, with patriotic paint schemes here tonight. And that's the thing, for many of these drivers, it's about a sign of pride and American patriotism to be able to celebrate Independence Day.
Exactly. We have the freedom to sit here and be nerds on fake race cars. You know, that's awesome. You know, a lot of places you can't do that. You know, fun playing video games and stuff. We absolutely love it. Now, no one's perfect. We're definitely not perfect. No one ever will be. Try to be the best person that you can be, and that's at least my theory of life. But you know, speaking of being good, Brett Wren, we talked about him earlier, running up front. He's got these old tires on, JP. Still, he's holding his ground, not getting loose or out of control with tons of laps on his tires, still holding on up there in the 5th spot.
Indeed. Still doing a solid job, but how long will that last with the stint differential? So these drivers' stints already up to about 26 laps so far. It's about here like Wren at the moment here in this race. Thornton wants those way up the racetrack in the background, by the way. He just about knocked the wall down. His tires are starting to wash out. Some of the others looking to wash forward. Christian Barnes, from his technical issue, he's still in the race and is hoping to be able to keep things moving forward for the 27.
Yeah, a good little run here for Christian Barnes in the 27. Able to get up near the front, stay up there. He's a couple of close calls, but he's able to car underneath him for the most part. You ever hear us talk about Christian? We call him Story, or that's what that was his PlayStation gamer tag or something, you know, or whatever it was when they played Heat. So if anybody ever says it's story time or anything like that, I know there are a couple people that were like, what are they talking about? That's what we're talking about when we do that. So you know, that's one thing honestly that I miss about the old school NASCAR 2002, NASCAR 2003 HJP. Could be there's almost some contact right there. Oh my gosh, Joshua Thornton into the outside wall. I believe that he just saved Christian's life right there by putting himself into the outside wall. Getting back to what I was saying, being able to use different screen names and show personality, where now on iRacing, as obviously you have to use real names. So I think we should get back to that. Have some gamer tags out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes and no. There are some interesting gamer tags out there, but there's also, is it appropriate for someone to have? I can't even say the ideas that are popular.
Exactly.
Gamer tags.
Exactly.
It adds some extra seriousness to it when you can say, "Oh, you're such and such name. Well, I know where I can find you," or "I raced against Carson Hocevar," or something like that.
That's true. Yep, no, you're absolutely right. And, you know, there's good and bad to everything. I think the real names are okay. And, you know, and they let you, you know, iRacing lets you have an alternate account, you know, with a different spelling or initials and stuff. So it's not that bad. You know, it's cool to reminisce a little bit about that here as we're on lap number 90. And the times are kicking down. Now, we are going to have another caution for that stage break. So, but give or take any of that, if we go green the rest of the way out, we've got about an hour to probably an hour and 15 minutes left of action here on the racetrack.
Oh, somebody just went stage left. Alex Pollock just about knocked the walk down, and he just missed the wall.
Let's get a replay on that. You know, Alex Pollock, the owner of Black Diamond Designs, he sponsors our replay section here. And I don't think he wants to be in them all the time, JP. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, got unwound and locks it up.
Oh, don't hit it.
He's able to. Great save.
Wow. Great driving. Great driving there by the number 92. He is not a steering wheel holder. That man is a wheel man. That is the number 92 of Alex Pollock. Same thing. Same. He pushed loose. He had the wheel turned to the left, and the car kept pushing to the wall. And when the fronts finally gripped, it just shot him around. He was able to keep it out of the inside wall. Great piece of driving there by Alex Pollock. And I know that he's smiling right now, thinking, "I got away with one."
He actually just made a pass on Hatawa for good measure here. So Pollock remains in 11th spot here. Under 10 laps to go in the stage, by the way. So we are closing in on the final stretch in stage 2 here after a lengthy second stage filled with caution flags. Here's a look at Jeff Fisher.
Got the seatbelt on.
Hey, some sim rigs come with that.
Yeah.
Some of the fanciness with the sim rig to be able to make sure you stay strapped in if you have motion in particular.
That's right. That's right. You see him up there. Connection's a little throttled right now. There seems to be, I've been getting reports, there seems to be a lot of internet outages or internet congestion going on right now. A lot of people suffering from it. You see him lagging just a little bit, but great setup right there. I love the library books and everything in the back. And he's got the seatbelt on, JP, and you know, especially with motion rigs, they can flip over, they can tip, and you can fall out of that and get hurt. Now, Jeff, we're talking about your brother. Keep it out of the grass now. Oh, so no, I love the drivers that go full bore into that. You know, they have the blue beam, or not blue beam, the blue light reflecting sunglasses and everything. So, you know, the blue light doesn't hurt their eyes, and they're just all set to go, and they got their gloves on, and they're, you know, they don't want the oil on the hands to hurt the wheels. So, oh my God. And we were on board for it. Jeff, are you okay, brother? You see that? It looks like Michael Wade just hit the wall, and then, oh no, JP, we're going to have to get a look at this.
He's not happy on the radio. Michael Wade lost it into turn 2. Said on the radio 2. Squeeze going in the wall. Then Fisher got collected, and we're back under yellow yet again.
Oh, we caught it just at the beginning of it. So let's rewind it here just a little bit more. See exactly what happened here with the number 3 of Michael Wade. You see him make the move down to the inside. He's poking the nose. He doesn't have the position right now. Going to line back up. And heads down to the corner. Is he going to push loose? Yep, he does. Same thing that happened to Atala, same thing that happened to Pollock, except this time he comes back on the track. And that's who we were on board with right there. And there's another driver that comes in and slams into him. I believe that was the 41 possibly. Heavy contact right there, and it looks like the yellow flag.
Right before that, by the way, Rishon Wingfield did tow his car and pull out of the race, pulled it down pit road, and just left. So we've lost Wingfield, who was up in the front and in the contention for the lead. EOL does go to Wade for cause of caution, as to be expected. We're coming up to 6 laps to go. Question is, do they flip the stage or do they try and come down?
Depends. They're trying to go for those stage points, JP. They're going to stay out. If they're trying to go for the win, they're going to come down now and try to flip it. The Janik stays out. He already has 6 wins, right? He is in. He doesn't need to win again to make the playoffs. He's looking for stage point. Janik is going to stay up there, get that. These drivers now coming down pit road, you know, Joshua Thornton, Alex Pollock, drivers like that, they're going to try to flip it to win the race. That is what they are looking for right now as we're watching Alex Pollock down pit road as he makes his way to the service of his crew members. Again, like I said, for the 3rd time now, these drivers right now that are pitting right now are going for the win. But that is only if we can get the rest of the way without any more incidents. So
It's easier said than done here tonight. Pollock was the first one out of the pit boxes, by the way. Most of the people here are getting damage repairs done, interestingly enough. Michael Wade has parked it for the night in the 3. So, Janik, Kinson, followed by Barnes, Jewett, Wren should say, White and Pollock are now your top 7 for this upcoming restart here.
let's try to talk to our buddy Andrew Allen here after pit stops are over. Let's try to talk to him, get him on the radio. JP, I'll let you take it away here as soon as we can get a hold of him here. And there we go.
Andrew Allen now joins the broadcast booth here. Andrew, I believe you're amongst those finishing up some damage repairs. Your thoughts on this race so far here tonight?
It's not terrible. I mean, just gotta watch out for some of the dumb moves people are making, but it's pretty relaxed compared to what I thought it was gonna be. So I think we're gonna have a nice run to the finish here.
What makes this race so difficult compared to the other ones here tonight?
Every corner is different. If you can't hit every corner properly, you're gonna miss it and either hit the wall, hit someone else, or as we've seen, spin out. Sorry, I'm trying to read what it's telling me to do.
Hey Andrew, I want to jump in here and ask you a question, brother. We've seen you many times here on the broadcast, running around up near the front, grabbing on that wheel. You got the death grip on the wheel. The fans at home want to know, how big are your forearms, brother?
I don't know. I can't answer that one.
No, seriously, you have a direct drive wheel, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
I have the Moza R5.
Nice. Those are good wheels. A lot of people, don't or haven't had a chance to run on wheels like that. What's the main difference or advantage of that as compared to, say, a belt-driven wheel or a gear-driven?
You can definitely feel a lot more in the car than you can in a belt-driven or gear-driven. I mean, it's fighting me just going into these corners. You can have a lot more force compared to a gear that might strip out, especially a lot of the ones that I used to run were plastic gears.
Yeah.
So, and I stripped quite a few of those out.
so having a wheel like this is definitely like, you're climbing the Mount Everest of different wheels. You can have a direct drive would be the one to use, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Well, I just realized we're about ready to go green, brother. It's always good talking with you. We wish you the best of luck, and hopefully we'll see you here at the end of the race.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, guys.
Oh, I just moved into the wrong channel. I can't find them.
You put them in 5-star racing.
I did. That wouldn't have been good.
Well, coming to the restart.
Oh, man.
Janik and Barnes are on the front row. Running out of lead lap cars here with the attrition. 4-lap dash for the stage. Only 4 or 5 cars up on the outside, if that. Green flag is out. Back and away. 4 indeed are up there. Janik is off and away on his 4 tires.
Off and away. Good start for him. Good start for Christian Barnes as well. Derek Jewett, Gavin Hinson. Remember, these drivers did not pit. Keeping an eye on the first people that did back there, seeing if they can make their way back up towards the front. But right now, the no pit scheme seems to be working well for some of these drivers that we haven't seen up this far tonight, especially by the likes of Barnes and Jewett.
Absolutely. Some great chance for them to pick up some upset stage points here. Right now, Barnes just trying to hold on in his drive, all while Janik is pulling away by a 10th per corner. 3 to go in stage 2 coming up.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have anything for Evan Janik, but if they can finish in this top 5, that's going to be some good points for some of these drivers. You see back here, further near the rear of the field, there's Zach White working, and we got some lap cars mixed in with all these drivers as well. Adam Holston back there, he is now 1 lap down after his incident. Jackson Hatala, he's in a tough battle right now for 13th and 14th with Joshua Thornton.
See those battles on screen. Just trying to finish things out strong for their stages before they likely stay out here for the next flag. Pollock, he wants to battle with Cochran here. Able to hold on in front of Wren. Cochran right now is the final car in the stage points, coming to 2 to go.
Go this time by. We were talking about Cochran earlier, that great paint scheme he has on that car, trying to hold off Alex Pollock. Pollock and the number 92 trying to get up towards the front to get more stage points or even get a stage point. Gavin Hinson there as well. Like I said, I think everyone's just going to be able to ride right here, hold off the guys on new tires. And to be honest, I don't think these drivers on new tires, JP, are interested in pushing whatsoever. I think they want to save as much rubber as they can before this stage caution here coming up.
Wouldn't be a surprise, absolutely. They're running right now pace 1 second almost off the pace compared to the leaders, all those drivers on that tire strat. But here we go, 1 to go in the stage for Evan Janik. Whenever he's at track position, he's been rapid quick. He's still basically amongst the very few to set times as fast as he has so far here tonight. Rapidly quick since any time they've been in clean air.
Closest battle on the track right now is this about 0.2 of a second here between Pollock and Cochran. Pollock able to get around him, move into that 5th position for that final stage point. Everybody else nowhere near each other per se as far as oval racing goes. Out of turn number 3 for the final time here for stage number 2, 3, 4. And it looks like that Evan Janik is going to take the sweep here so far, JP.
Green and white checker flag coming out. Stage 2 goes to 1 Evan Janik. He gets stage number 2. Does so in a Dominator 1. Christian Barnes, Derek Jewett, Gavin Hinson, Alex Pollock rounds out the top 5 here on Ballin TV.
Pollock does get, I think we said, around Cochran. He's going to get that final stage point. So good for Alex right there. We know he's happy. He's smiling, cheesing it up right now. He's having a good time here tonight. Anytime Alex Pollock is on the track, we're going to go ahead. We'll throw up his in-car camera here and get a... I'm telling you, JP, he doesn't look like he's happy right now, but this man is happier than any person on earth right now. See, the dog even came in the room to congratulate him. The dog even knows he got a stage point. Everything's going good right now for Alex Pollock. He's got a clean car. He still has a faster pair left. He's waving to us. This man's awesome. I mean, what the allure of Alex Pollock in the number 92, it just screams like, I can't think of the word that I'm trying to get at. Like when someone smoldering, like when they smolder at you and they're just looking at you like that. So, anywho, we've talked about Alex, but he's doing good so far, and we appreciate him and everything he does for the league, and he also helps out Ballin TV a lot. So, congrats to him on getting that final stage.
As we're done, it puts us back under the yellow flag. Should see a wave of pit stops in theory here, DJ.
Yeah, for sure, especially the drivers that didn't pit that last time. Going to see the likes of, Andrew Allen, Jackson Atala, those drivers in the back that did pit. They're going to be the new leaders, and then we're going to have the age-old question of, is it going to be track position or tires that are going to win this race, and how many more yellows are we going to get? Don't know. We've had a bunch of attrition, like you mentioned. Only 14 cars currently on the lead lap, JP. So I think we're going to have a good shot to go in green the rest of the way, because the field is kind of thinned just a little bit, and we're going to have, 57, 56 laps to go once we get back to the green. Let's watch the pit stops right here. I know you're exhausted. You put in a lot of work this weekend. The 100% race last night, now 100% race here. I'm not feeling well either. Everybody's just going crazy today, but we're here, we're having a good time, and this is the Crown Jewel event. And did everybody come down pit road?
Yeah, everybody, including the people who pit and were on new tires. Nobody electing to roll the dice here.
Yeah, and you see it on the left, on the tower right there. Everybody's pit time. Now, that's not their pit stop time. This is going to be their total time on pit road, including their stop. And everybody is on pit road right now except for Adam Holston, but he was one lap down. Now, is some of these drivers going to take two tires? I believe so.
Pollock wins the race off pit road. No, it's Cochran. Pollock, SB, Janik, Jewett amongst the top five. So Janik is the first on 4 tires and fuel here with this timing. Still have some wave rounds on top of it here too. So that's going to make things very interesting as you take a look at your biggest movers.
Yeah, I had to bring that up because we got to talk about Jake Cochran again in the 84. He's up 25 positions. Started in the 26th spot. He's made his way up there. That Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 looking sporty out there tonight. Again, we are under yellow here. This is the break between stages 1 and 2, and we are going to run to the finish here. As soon as we come back, we're going to take a quick commercial break. You're watching the Mystic Racing League live on Ballin TV. Don't go anywhere. Right back in just a moment.
Drop it.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Makoni.
With the launch of Makoni Entertainment and Makoni Competizone alongside Makoni Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MakoniSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Makoni Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final stage here in the Brickyard 400, presented by Fall Creek Plumbing. The Octane Outlaws Cup Series getting all set to go. Evan Janik, who just so happens to be an AmSoil dealer, that last commercial, is getting ready to be the first driver up on the outside line. Cochran, Janik, Pollock, Jewett, amongst your top 4 for the upcoming restart here. Pace car's off, 56 laps to decide things here from the Brickyard. Green is out. Janik times it up well. And he looks to try and get a charge around the 84.
Here they go. He's going to get down to the inside. Good move there. And oh, there goes the leader. Cochran around, got loose. What a save, JP. What a save by Cochran. Oh, no. Oh, no.
He's on the racing surface. No yellow.
No yellow. Get it going. Get it going. Cue up a replay here.
Said he was rolling. That puts us into a situation where he goes to the back into 15th spot. Lost it from the lead.
Lost it from the lead. Got a tiny bit of air packed under him by Evan Janik, and great save out of the bottom. You see he has the brakes locked up. That's all he could do. No fault right there. Okay, he slid back up onto the racetrack, but no fault. He couldn't do anything else. The brakes were locked. If he didn't have the brakes locked, people would have every right to go. He had him locked down. He did all he could, and race control deemed that he was rolling and could have kept rolling. So no yellow.
We stay green, and that puts Janik up front of the 4 tires. Pollock on 2, then Hinson, Allen, Barnes. Now your top 5. And now it's the matter of seeing, will we get long runs to where green flag strategy is going to matter here? Everyone's on the same fuel stint, but so far we have not seen massively long runs. Stage 2 lasted more than an hour alone with all the caution flags that built up there.
That's right, definitely. And you have a little bit of a hornet's nest back here. Before we could get the camera back there panned on them, they were going 3 wide into that corner. They settled it out, but now here comes Thornton down to the inside. He's going to make the move around John Ullman, and that's going to open up the door. No, Thornton pushed. Thornton got tight, pushed up the track, had the lift, and now they're going to have to get around the lapped vehicle there of Alan Zukov. Thornton's going to get around him easily down the front stretch, set his sights back onto the rear bumper of John Ullman. And speaking of Mr. John Ullman, we do have an in-car camera from him as well. And the only one that consistently puts up the vertical camera, I've been trying to tell him to turn his phone around, turn it horizontal, John, but he doesn't do it. But, this gives him a different view here, love what he set up. Now, we mentioned before that we're looking at Andrew Allen, who had the direct drive wheel. I believe, JP, if I'm correct, is that a Logitech? Is that a G27 or G29 right there that Ullman's running?
In terms of that,
it looks like
it looks like almost like a Thrustmaster with the bolt plates, though. I'm not quite sure.
It could be the T300. We're going to have to find out from Mr. Ullman what that is, but that's the difference, the gear and the belt driven for a wheel like this versus the direct drive. And then even the old school ECI 6000 GTSs back 15 years ago that were top of the line, those weren't direct drive or anything. They were liquid dampening, and I don't even think there's wheels out there now that do liquid dampening anymore. But again, it's just amazing, like what all the different aspects of sim racing that you can go around, the different types of hardware you can get, and all of that. Still looking here, the battle between Hatala and Espy. Espy had some really good recovery from his early wreck, and Hatala was putting some pressure on him around the outside. Speaking of people that are unsure about what liquid dampening is, on my last mention there, it's a belt-driven system, but it has sort of like, if you know what an oil filter looks like, you have the liquid, some kind of viscous liquid inside of that container that has another gear on it that has fins around it, and when the wheel turns, it gets dampened and it gets force put on it by how fast that gear turns. So it provides pressure based on that. If that makes any sense, I apologize.
Yeah, the first time heard that term in terms of that.
Yeah.
So, still though, Hinton settling on in. Ullman just pit. Ullman just came down to pit road. Did have a lot of damage on the car. I think something going on with the 34 for him to already come down 7 laps into the run.
Oh yeah, you see the right front messed up, scraped up, dirtied up a little bit, but the suspension overall doesn't look bad. All the tires are moving. He's going to take his fast repair now, though. You saw the car go back to its normal operating position. He's going to take the fast repair and 4 tires. I think he knew that he was a little bit off the pace, and he said, let's just do it right now. 51 laps left to go. He's ready to go. He's going to go battle for the win here, or at least try to get a top 5 out of it. As we're looking back at Hinton, Alex Pollock has moved up into the 2nd spot. This man has been practicing on us and not telling us. Look at him go. That 92 is sporting a good paint job and a good position on track so far.
Track position has been key to his race so far here tonight. However, Christian Barnes is even faster than both of these cars right now. Last time by, ran in the 52.7s. He is slowly but surely chomping the gap down to be able to try and take away 2nd. Pollock losing ground on the outside, has not been able to stick the bottom of the past few corners. Hinton takes it underneath. Barnes the next in line to take advantage.
That's right, and you can see what's going to happen right here. Barnes, if he's smart, he's going to get up there as close as he can. No, he's going to fall back in line. That's the second smart thing. The second smartest thing he could have done. But I was going to say, get up there, side draft, try to pull the 92 back. A little too early in this run, though, to be pushing the issue on the side draft. As you can see, getting a great run off of the corner. He's now going to dive to the inside. That's close. Pollock's spotter might not have known to call him down there, so got to be careful. If you're going to take the spot on tracks like this, you make sure that you have that position, because that driver is not going to give it to you. And you hear him shifting, JP, from 5th to 4th.
Yep. Now trying to maximize the RPMs, try and make sure you don't cook the right front tire by keeping it in 5th.
Well, he seems to be working out well for him right now, but again, he's just taking his time, having a good race so far. Not a lot of action going on. He's taking his time. Looking back now, we talked earlier, remember the incident with Jacob Cochran? He's now caught back up to the back bumper of Jewett. Going to go down to the inside. That's going to move back up into the 13th. So for you Jacob Cochran fans, he's okay. The car is okay. The tires are definitely mad, but he's still going to get a good run out of this, because everyone's going to have to come down pit road here before too much longer.
Needs caution, I think Cochran does, to be able to recover fully.
True, yeah.
Yeah, has already cooked the tires from the slide too. Pollock still fighting on his tires. And the major thing right now for Pollock is get to the bottom. Get to the bottom. Where he lost time was using that 2nd line. It seems like now that he's gotten a chance to breathe, he's, while slower, is now getting to the bottom and not opening up that bottom of the racetrack like it was earlier.
Right, so, and you see, we mentioned the weather earlier, about how it could possibly start getting fog rolling in, and oh no, Christian Barnes almost cut the outside wall there, and you see Derek Jewett now being black flagged. Unsure what that is. Could have been possibly for incident shape.
He entered pit road, and I believe sped onto pit road.
Speeding. That's a 40-second stop and hold right there, so not good. Number 45 of Derek Jewett. But again, he's going to still stick around. He's going to be able to finish in the top 20 or better, at least here tonight. What I was mentioning was I saw a little bit of sunlight shining through. Checking the weather here again. Temperature went down by 2 more degrees. The humidity stayed the same, but it's not getting crazy like it was earlier. It's still a little misty, a little musky outside, but it's not as bad as we thought it would be. There's still visibility. It's now 5 p.m. On July 6th in sim time right now. 8:30 p.m. here in real life on the East Coast, and still light outside here, and still light at the racetrack. JP, still a good time.
Still keeping bright, and keep on turning laps like this. We aren't going to have to panic about having the lights turn on the racetrack. They do endurance races now into the night here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but
that'd be fun
the
to watch.
iRacing version obviously doesn't have it. Yeah, the 8-hour that they now have here.
Good stuff. Checking out Caleb Hunt right now. This is the closest battle on the track. Everybody has settled down and just kind of waiting to ride. We are going to have to pit, like we said, one more time. But this is between Caleb Hunt. You have Isaac Wilson in front of him. These two drivers are both a lap down. They're now working their way around. That is Brett Wren in the 24. Brett being shown in 8th position right now. These drivers have a little bit fresher tires than Brett. Again, just keeping an eye on that. And as we said that, Alex Pollock and Christian Barnes. Barnes has caught up to Pollock and passed him in that last corner. So move Christian up into the 3rd spot. And I think he wants to win, JP, because every time we interview him after the race, he's either in 2nd or 3rd. He wants to be on the winner's podium here today.
He's the highest ranked driver without a win so far this season. So, and keep in mind, he's got a massive advantage to the cut line as we go with how it's looking.
230.
So I don't think he's going to be concerned on points unless we get a bunch of winners all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. At 230 is a huge margin.
It's just, can he actually break through? Because he's been there. He's been decent. He's had speed to contend for wins. He just has been able to get the edge as we see some bump drafting of the straightaway.
Yeah, watching Aaron Espy right now battling with Brett Wren, and they're running a line that shouldn't work. And I don't know how much longer they want to run that, because that's not where they need to be. But they were able to save it right there. Brett got a little bit high out of the corner, and Brett used to be one of the administration team over here at Mystic Racing League. He's now retired from that. He's now just a driver, and he likes to hang out and have a good time, and take a little bit of pressure off of him. And just drive. Sometimes that's all people need. It's really, really easy to get burnout in the iRacing community as far as a league goes or anything like that. So people to take a break from time to time. As with everything in life, you want to make sure that at the end of the day you're having fun, because if you're not having fun, then it's not worth doing.
Good point. We did have a pit stop for Joshua Thornton, by the way, so some drivers are starting to make some early stops. Thornton has damage on the right front as well, but he is now far back enough to be lapped, mind you, on the racetrack. This is the type of racetrack where it's similar to Pocono, where if you're up front, you might be able to get away with it, but not too many cars are in that range where they can do so. Potentially here today with the pit stop delta. Caution is out, and that's not good timing. It's turn 2. Isaac Wilson is around.
Isaac Wilson, the Ghost Energy sponsor machine, is around. He tried to get going again, spun it back to the right. Got some cars coming right there, so he's just get there until everybody gets around him. And JP, it's only 9-point banking, but I tell you what, even that can cause a little bit of issue for cars that are so trimmed out on the, how close they need to be to the racing circuit. So he had a tough time getting going right there. Let's take a peek.
Did Caleb Hunt accidentally pack some air maybe on the spoiler?
That's what I'm thinking. See it here as we head down into turn number 1. Caleb a little too close to the rear end. Round he goes. He was. It's hard to say. That was probably borderline for maybe a little bit of air, but just a little loose right there, and then the overcorrect and the weeble wobbles, and he was able to save it, and then he's right there try to get going again. But with that banking, even though small, it upset the car. So that's where we have another yellow here on lap number 120. And let's see if anybody brings down pit road.
Well, we haven't got a true barometer on the green flag run except a couple others who made it 40, 41 with pace laps. So this might get you to the end maybe here. It might be your best shot. It might be your best chance to be able to make it to the end on gas.
Who has tires left, though? You know, I mean, like, you want to save them for possible later run? Find out.
Janik wants to stay out and will. But Hinton, Barnes, Pollock, a lot of people staying out. Most of the field, in fact, just say is coming in. Not too many stayed out, is the rather phrasing.
Yeah, you see the big dive down to pit road for a bunch of these drivers. Hinton, Barnes, Pollock, Janik staying out. Black flag being issued for the 29. That was for the cause of the incident. Or, no, excuse me, that was for the cause of the incident. Watching Barnes on pit road right now. I believe it's 4 tires and fuel all the way around. You might hear him start clutching a little bit too. Because again, we have that opportunity for some green white checkers at the end of the race if we need them. So saving all the fuel you can right now off of pit road, clutching, doing what you can to save fuel is going to be the smart thing to do. As you see the stints recycle, Janik, 18 lap old tires, everybody else on freshies.
We've seen everybody except for 1 or 2 cars sink like a rock on the old tires when they've made this attempt on a call.
That's right. Let's see what happens. Let's talk to someone we haven't talked to tonight. We've talked a lot about him, but we haven't got the chance to actually speak to him. So let's bring in Alex Pollock, and let's have a chat with our favorite black Diamond Designs number 92 of Alex Pollock. JP.
It's indeed. Alex, as you come to choose your, how to describe this night so far here at the Brickyard?
It's been tough. It's a long race, mentally tough. I'm hotter than hell. If you're watching my cam, I keep waving myself because I'm heating up too much. But it's just a battle mentally and physically, and it's some great competitors out here.
How has it been trying to manage the tire stints that we've seen come into play here tonight?
Honestly, tires haven't been horrible. So I mean, the first stage you saw Adam and I think Jackson both stay out on tires from the start of the race and finish the whole stage, and they finished, one of them got stage points, I believe. So tires haven't been a huge factor, I don't think, but this fuel strategy is going to be a factor here because Evan did not pit here. The rest of the field did. So we'll see what Evan does and how that plays out at the end here.
Can you make it on fuel for the rest of the way here?
It's going to be real tight. I'm showing I have 39.9 laps right now and we have 38 to go. So I think we can. May need to save a little bit just to be safe. So it'll be close.
Let's get back to your team. Thanks for your time, Alex.
Yep, thanks. Hopefully I get to talk to y'all soon.
Alex Pollock gets ready for the restart here. Our FSR driver gets some track position, and there's that answer on the fuel. It's a maybe, DJ.
That's what I was thinking, and we're on board with him right now, and he's not clutching. Alex, why are you not clutching, brother? All these drivers should be clutching, and except for Janik, because Janik, he can't make it no matter what, right? He's got 19 laps down there. The only way Janik even has a hint of making it if we get caution after caution after caution, which could happen. I highly doubt it, though. But yeah, these drivers need saving right now, especially if we get the green-white checkers at the end. But nevertheless, JP, it's going to be exciting, especially if this ends up in a fuel mileage race.
So just about ready to go. It's going to be Janik, Hinton, Allen, Barnes, Pollock, Hatawa, Espy, Wren, White, Cochran. Top 10. 38 laps to go at the stripe here for the Brickyard 400. It's been a long night, and that long night continues once again here. To the restart zone, green flag is out, Janik's off and away. And we are back rolling. Allen jumps to second.
No saving going on for Evan Janik. He just wants to get to the front, lead as many laps as he can, and start to pull away. And this is where these drivers need to make their moves right now when everybody's bunched up. Looking back there, Christian, Alex, everybody side by side right now, going down the back straightaway. And here comes Jackson Atala. He's not out of it yet. My dark horse pick for the night, making the run up into the top 5.
Indeed. Pollock backs up. Hinton pushes up. Looks like they'll settle the nose back on down as again, Janik is just running away, but from the rest of the field in this one. Another big advantage up in front. Oh, that's wow. Some of the other drivers in the heart of the field trying to make some inroads. Wilson and White is the first side by side. And they are, as Zach White is way out of the groove.
He's making his own groove into the outside wall. We always tell everybody, blaze your own path, don't be a follower, but Zach, brother, there's a wall there, still 3 wide. He hits the wall again down the back straightaway as the snake starts forming. This is like a dual-headed snake right now going down the backstretch. Everybody side by side trying to get as much of a position advantage as they can before these tires start to go away. Still, Zach White driving the outside. Here comes, looks like Reggie Kime. No, that's Joshua Gillen. Joshua Thornton back there as well. And don't look now, but Adam Holston, he's back on the lead lap and running up there in the 13th position. I think that car looking pretty okay after he had pit road as Evan Janik lays down a new blistering fast lap.
Janik sets the fastest lap, 51.7. My goodness, that's quicker than the pole, by the way. That's on a cooler racetrack that's gotten cooler and cooler as the session has gone on. And at the 10, by the way, amongst the many that have, well, survived this race. Look at that track tip. We started over 100 degrees. It's under 80. It's now 86.
Yeah, it's going down crazy. Let's switch on the metric units here for our friends that still use the C. Looks like 30 degrees Celsius out there, so still a warm track, but nothing like it was.
So now they look to try and get grouped back up. So far, no major clutch and coasting we've seen for some of these drivers here tonight.
Rising.
They are trying to snake, though. Gonna have to be careful when they swing back right, as we've already seen one wreck from that.
Yeah, definitely looking on board with Hinson right now. Drivers that aren't clutching and coasting, but, oh, excuse me, you can still see them not driving as hard as they could, lifting early, maybe short shifting a little bit, doing whatever they can. All kinds of tricks you can use, especially staying in that snake. If you want to save fuel and they snake to the inside, you go with them. You stay in that draft, anything you can to not have to put as much throttle into the vehicle as you can. Careful there, Hinson got a little loose going into that corner, maybe time to adjust that brake bias just a little bit.
Thing you can really adjust now in these cars a fair bit. It's a lot more flexibility compared to past years where it was maybe a couple clicks to the most. But still have to drive the car. Hinson looking to set things up. Pollock is right now struggling on apex again.
Yep, Pollock again possibly saving a little bit of tire. And now that we've had some laps, see the snake going down the front stretch. Now that we've had some laps on the tires here, let's pull up the stint one more time. I know Kirk Mills would be super proud of me right now for pulling these stints up all the time. Hopefully he's listening to hear this, but you can see now 7-8 laps, and there you go, Hinson into the outside wall. Once these tires get to about lap 10, lap 11, you know, approximately around that area, they're going to start to kind of equal out to Evan Janik. So they need to make as much of a ground as they can right now. They're still going to always have better tires, but the big difference is these first 10 to 15.
stint differentials right now, only 7 laps into the run right now for a lot of these competitors.
Oh, no.
And here we go! Hot towel is around, caution is out.
Hit him, don't hit him.
Oh, there's a spin,
Oh.
trying to avoid hit him. Thornton hit the wall, trying to avoid him.
All right, let's, what happened? He get air packed? Looks like possibly he did. No, he just got tight. Into the outside wall, came back down. A little bit of contact. Okay, now he's stopped. He's got the brakes locked. Driver's trying to avoid him. And Zach White and Josh Thornton. Let's get a view on exactly their position as well. Okay, so we're going to be on board with Thornton. See Zach White in front of him. Jackson Atala. They're going to come out of turn 4, and he's going to spin it around. Let's see the reaction from Zach White and Joshua Thornton. Here we go out of turn 4. Both of them, same thing, JP. De-wedged the car right there and got the weeble wobbles into the outside wall.
Blue Race Control's looking for more angles too. They want to see what just happened again.
100%. Let's, I mean, we already know what happened with Jackson Atala, but you see, when they have to turn to the left that quick to avoid them, I'm going to do another one real quick right here. So we're coming off of turn 4. Right about here, I'm going to slow it down. You see them turn to the left, and then when they go to turn back to the right, de-wedges the car, transfers the weight, and the rear end just comes around, and both of them into the outside wall. Zach White, extreme contact. Thornton had a little bit of contact, but not as bad as Zach White. Holy cow. It's all a product of the new build that just came out.
Atala's parked it.
Yep, Atala done for the day. Well, what do you say we take a quick break, JP? And, well, you know what? Pit stops. Do that first, then we'll take a quick break and see what happens. Look at this. Faking. They faked them, and then they came in anyway, but hey, the leader's in right now.
Pit stop service for Janik. Why don't we follow him in and then the break?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's see. Pollock, Hansen, and Barnes did stay out here.
Could be a smart move, because we're going to have, what, 27 laps to go? Let's see.
Should see a 4-tire and fuel stop here. And this has been around the ballpark. Janik's preferred his pit stop service all throughout the night here. As he's already completed the service, Holston, I believe, just rolled down pit road and missed a stall. Janik is the first one out of the pit lane here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. With that being said, we'll take that step aside now. Under 30 to go here from the Brickyard.
I've carried this weight for so long. Regrets like stones in my chest. Nights when I couldn't breathe. Days when the sun felt cold. Try to push it all away, but the memories don't fade. They cling like shards in the dark. A constant reminder of what I've done. Just when I'm ready to let go, standing on the edge looking down, I feel something deep inside. In my ear, telling me there's no escape, but there's a flickering tiny light, something I haven't seen before. I've been here before, felt this pain, but now there's something different. I sense that maybe, just maybe, I've got more life to live. But now we're on the verge of shutting down. When the weight's too much to bear, I find a light again, a reminder of how I'm still here. The past wants to find my days. I'll find a way to keep going. There's more to life than just this pain. I'll rise from the ashes, find my way. just when I'm ready to let go. Standing on the edge looking down, I feel something deep inside, a small voice telling me to hold on. In my ear, telling me there's no escape, but there's a flicker, a tiny light, something I haven't seen before. I've been here before, felt this pain, but now there's something different. I sense that maybe, just maybe, I've got more life to live.
Welcome back, everyone, to tonight's coverage of the Octane Outlaws Cup Series. Alex Pollock, Christian Barnes, and Gavin Hinson have all stayed out here at the Brickyard 400, presented by Fall Creek Plumbing. A roll of the dice by them. Will this work out? We're going to have to see. All those drivers at a pit at about the 40 lap to go caution. 28 to go here. Green flag is out. We're backing away. The first one on fresh tires is currently Evan Janik. Holston also had come down but had no recorded pit stop. He's already been passed.
I think Holston just pit and the one, oh no, there we go. They saved it. Now they're 3 wide. Janik on the inside. Christian Barnes and Gavin Hinson getting caught up there. Good save by both of those drivers. Actually, a phenomenal save by both of those drivers. And we live to fight another day, side by side for second. Barnes and Janik now in turn.
Now they all stabilize out through the corner. Pollock with a massive advantage from them. That's what happens when you have those big checkups. Good response time by the field.
Great response time. It helps. We have less drivers out here now, so not a lot of craziness going on as you look in the background, and everybody's snaking offset 3 wide in some places. So still some action, but not as much as it was in Barnes. Great heads-up driving right there. He's going to back up and give the spot to Janik. You see Janik get a little air packed under him, got a little loose, able to save it around. Looking here at Gavin Hinson, who's fallen back into the 6th spot. Now going to try to take the run around Cochran to the inside. They're going to have their sights set on Adam Holston. Like you mentioned earlier, JP, he missed his stall, and he just kept driving right through up into the 4th spot. So technically, he's on the same strategy, if you will, as Alex Paul.
See how long they last on that strategy. All this is wow. See drivers like Cochran yet again back in the conversation, the Freedom Brew and Shine machine. Looking to shine brightly in the late stages here. He has been able to plow his way ahead multiple times tonight.
He has, and if he could just get some good luck going his way, keep the car underneath him and the drivers around him in check, he's going to be able to have a run at least at a top 3 finish here, I believe, as he makes his way around Holston, around Hinson, puts him into the 4th spot, and you see up there Evan Janik closing now on the lead with Alex Pollock. Still side by side though back here for the 4th spot. It looks like that Cochran's going to get it, but he's being very careful right now with Hinson. He doesn't want to slide up on him, put him into the outside wall, as what he just did right there. So, and everybody kind of scatters, you know, they scattered out, but they're still side by side. Great stuff going on right here. Great racing in the Octane Outlaws Cup Series so far.
Great battling, and Cochran goes around on cue. Their spinner turn 2, no caution yet again for his spin from the 84.
Yep, he's out of the lane of traffic. All is clear, no harm to anybody. So he's going to get his car back going again, and we're going to pull up a Black Diamond Designs replay, see exactly what happened. Looks like he just lost them. A little air pack there from Holston, but a good save, though. You see what he did there, JP. Like we mentioned earlier, you get loose like that and you overcorrect too hard to the right. If he would have done that, he would have killed at least 3 different cars right there, but he kept it down to the inside. Great heads-up driving. Even though it turned out bad for Jake Cochran, that is heads-up driving, and he lives to fight another day.
So, let's back around. No caution, remember. We stay green. Tempers are flaring on the radio again. Things are getting chippy as Janik closes up for the lead. Janik about to set things up on Pollock.
Comes Barnes as well. All 3 of these drivers under a blanket right now. Camera focused here on Janik. You see he wedging the car down there on the apron, getting it to turn. Little dirty air behind Pollock. Pollock goes down to the inside defensive line. Janik has a huge run, though. He's going to be able to get by him on the outside, or at least have a good position to, going into turn 1. And Janik slides it in there. Pollock not giving up yet. Side by side, and now Janik takes it. Pollock able to slide into second. He's going to try to force her down to the inside. Janik, a little bit of air pack underneath Janik. Pollock is still there. He's going to have a run at him in turn 3.
Takes the run. The inside. Pollock trying to defend. Janik trying to use the power. They make contact.
Oh, no.
The 2 teammates rub. Janik still has the grip. Here comes Barnes in the popcorn seat. Janik gets the power. Can he get the clear, though? Just about. Pollock is still fighting him.
Drivers still going at it here, looking to the speed shot across the start-finish line as they zoom by into turn number 1. Still side by side for the lead. 5-Star Racing putting on a clinic right now up at the front between Alex Pollock and Evan Janik. Who's going to take the lead? It looks like it's going to be Janik, but Pollock battles back on the inside, going to try to slide up and clear him, and he does. Now Janik with the run to the inside. Can Pollock do the same thing? Blocks him almost down into the grass. Side by side into turn number 3 they go.
Able to get the run again. Pollock way too high. Janik pokes his way through. Evan Janik takes the lead, and now Barnes tries to take second for good measure.
Barnes knows that if he does not get around Pollock right now, he does not have a chance at catching Janik. Barnes has to clear Pollock, but Pollock now coming back up on Janik. He's going to pull down to the inside and block. Barnes doesn't like the block, boots him. Contact into the outside wall with Alex Pollock. Christian Barnes going into the second spot, trying to get back here to Alex Pollock to check, and now he's loose down to the inside.
Disaster for Alex Pollock, who is up in second. Absolutely demolished both fenders from that contact. Now we stay green again. Yeah, try to block late.
Yep, late block by the 92, and Barnes did what he had to do right there. You know, all feelings aside, you gotta, you know, if you block that late, one, it's almost impossible to get it to stop if you're the driver being blocked, and 2, the driver thinks he has the spot. So, and you saw Pollock with an amazing save there as well. Those tires were screaming hot, and he almost turned around and got someone there. I believe that was Andrew Allen, possibly, that he almost turned there when he got loose. But great. But he'll be back up there once he gets those tires cooled down. Don't count Alex Pollock out just yet. Got to cool the tires down. He could probably get back up there into a top 5 spot.
Down to less than 20 laps to go in this race, by the way. Brett Wren right now still having track position.
How about that?
He's holding on 7th. He's looking for SB spot. This is for 6th.
Everybody, you know, talk to people. You know, some people are good at short tracks. Some people are good at, you know, cookie cutters, whatever. Brett Wren, one of the kings of the super speedways, and him running up front here tonight, top 5, leading for a bunch of laps. It just goes to show himself and his competitors he's an all-around good racer. Just needs some time to get used to it. That 24 car of Brett Wren putting in some work, and you can tell the practice is paying off. good car control, good speed, running 6th right now. So props to him.
Can he get any higher is the question. He needs to gain almost 2 seconds to do so to be able to get up to Allen. Right now, just plugging away at the moment. Speaking of these battles, Barnes is pushing 4/10ths quicker, in fact, last time by than your race leader. It's despite being on older Goodyear Eagles here. So he is trying as hard as he can to do something here.
Yeah, he's trying, and like we mentioned earlier, he's been in the conversation many times, but not that podium position. Wants to lock himself, or not that top of the podium position. He wants to lock himself in, not have to worry about points. No, he's super high in the points. Probably wouldn't matter anyway, but just take a little bit of extra pressure off of him. The driver out of Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas, as they say, including the motor, because that thing looks like it's got about 50 horsepower right now. He was gaining a ton on Evan Janik, and I think once he gets a little closer and can sniff a little more of that draft, he's going to be able to pull right back up there. But you see in the back, everyone right now just single file. If we continue green the rest of the way, we've got about 15 minutes left of on-track racing here. We've been live for a little over 3 hours right now. This race has surprisingly gone quick, JP.
It was feeling like the time was ticking away very long for a while, but things have settled down. We've gotten longer green flag runs. We've been able to establish a tempo, and that's one of the main things. As we said, if we get long green flag runs, we'll get a good race, and guess what? We're getting good racing.
We are, and the closest battle right now on the track is between these two drivers right here, Andrew Allen and Adam Holston. Holst got on that apron a little bit, got loose. So I think Andrew's going to be able to have a really good run here, checking on board. You see him closing in. Is he going to have enough time?
More crashing, Jared Opsnyder. He just flown across the track. No caution, though. We stay green. He's made his way down to pit road.
Yep, and he's going to have that meatball flag right there. That motor has expired. I do believe he has a fast repair left. He's going to be able to look at the matte black colored machine, night like silver or pearl white. Got a little air pack right there from the car behind him. Zukov sent him around. Heavy contact into the inside wall. I feel bad for my man Jared. Driver, he lives about 30 minutes away from me, and you know, you always pull for the home state guy that's running with you. So kind of the emotional favorite. I'd like to see him win a race here before the season's out. Tough break for him. Contact right there, and looks like he is officially out of this event.
Go down due to the damage. That leaves us with 19 cars running after 31 initially, starting things off tonight. Looking at Holston, by the way. He's still out there doing well in the top 5. Decent run here, and this is kind of what he needed to be able to get some momentum back in his side.
That is true, JP. He's he much every single spot on the racetrack, whether it's up front in the lead or in the back and last. He's spun a couple times. Also been involved. Most of those times were not of his doing. So good resilience being shown by the number 8, currently in the 5th spot. So will everyone spread out right here? Again, let's check the points real quick and see. Like the Evan Janik show right now, but Barnes is not going down easily. So if that puts Barnes locked in up there, that's going to put John Ullman, who's the highest driver on points. You see a couple of these drivers that were near the end of the field. Zach White having trouble, Jared Knopfschneider having trouble, Reggie Kime, Caleb Hunt. It's going to be interesting to see how these points work out going into next week.
Might see some shakeups, but Janik in particular, right now looking to control things to be able to get himself a 7th win in 2025. Still has 13 laps to go. Yes, He has been dominating at all sorts of tracks now this season.
Oh, Barnes just hit the wall. Oh, Barnes hitting the wall. Let's check, see if we got any damage on that right side, JP. He smacked it pretty good coming out of the corner, but it looks like it's okay. Looks like he hit it flush. It's actually gaining on Evan Janik. You can see that right front tire poking out just a little bit farther than that fender well right there. So we're going to see if that affects him, especially once he gets right up on the back bumper, or if he is able to even get up there, if that dirty air is going to play a huge factor with that new damage.
That's going to end up hurting him a little bit here. He's still within 8/10, surprisingly, despite the scrape. But it's a matter of, can he find a way to find faster pace than Janik the next 12 laps if he wants any sort of shot? The answer right now is he's gone.
Getting loose.
There goes the speed.
What a
there
save.
goes the gap. Able to save it, but there goes the 1 second buffer.
That's right. What a save, but just push a little too hard. He wants that win so bad, and pushed himself loose right there. Let's take a look at it on the Black Diamond side. Be able to see him. They're going down the short chute right here. Coming off of this corner, he gets in a little high. See, he's pushing right here, loose. What a save. Saw the hands working in there. Beautiful. That's how it's done. That's how you save it right there. But again, good save, but there goes that. Work with.
Almost 2 seconds now, that march for the race lead, coming to 10 laps to go as we take a look again at what's going on with Brett Wren. He's looking for the top 5. Last time by, he was a tenth quicker than Holston. Holston getting tight. There goes the 24, able to move up into the top 5.
What a move. There you go, Brett. Top 5 for Brett Wren. That, like we said earlier, that practice work and the work that he's put in is definitely paying off. Holston not going away, though. He's going to pack a bunch of air. Be careful. Brett able to hold on to it. Holston didn't want to go down without a fight, but looks like everything's going to be clean here down the front straightaway. And now Brett going to set his sights on Andrew Allen. Legitimately has a shot at the 4th spot here tonight.
That being said here, will we stay green? SP's around. SP just got turned off the nose of Caleb Hunt. 16's in the wall. No caution. We stay green.
Looks like he's down out of the way of traffic. Able to get it going again. Take a look at.
It's definitely contact, I think, here. Long time inside. Well, we got loose in the first place, and then saves it, and then gets the help.
That man, that was a piece of driving right there by SV. He had that thing saved like 5 times. Then it finally went around. Watch it again here. Like Caleb Hunt, he did everything, right? He could. He backed off. He backed off there, went high, backed off again, backed off. That. Then, you know, by the time that you're perpendicular to the car in front of you, the speed difference is just going to be too great, and that's when Caleb got involved with him right there. But nothing Caleb could have done. Great effort to try to save it there off by the number 17. No caution, though. Stay green. 8 now.
Yeah, stay green. SP still holding on to the top 10. Wren now has a chance to leapfrog one more spot here. He is pushing. He is closing in a little bit on Andrew Allen, a little bit close to the wall there.
Just a little friction rub right there. Still good. Following the snake, Andrew Allen. The battle is going to be for 4th and 5th right now, and Holston not going away either behind them. So keeping an eye on this. The gap. Oh, Brett, no, in the wall. Stay out of the back. Oh, Brett. Oh, no. And heavy contact with Holston. That has to bring out a yellow, and it does. Brett Wren, heavy contact. Him and Adam Holston around in turn number 2. Off break, and the meatball flag flies.
Puts us back under the yellow flag late. And now it gets very interesting on Tire Strat.
Looks like that, like Brett just got loose by himself. Let's check it out. Great. Oh, he hits the wall. It bounces him off the wall down there. Then there's nowhere to go. He wedges a car up into the outside wall. Heavy contact in Adam Holson and him. Yes, on the front end there. And around they go. We get a view of Adam Holson here. He's making his way through the grass right now. Let's rewind this just a little bit. Check out the front bumper cam. Here we go. And you hear him, he's off throttle, he's waiting for Brett to come back down. He thought he could make it around him, and they just met right there perfectly. And that brings out the caution here with 6 laps to go. JP, let's check for some pits.
See if anyone ducks down this time. It could be a risky call here, even with the old tires. Some of those drivers are already 33 laps into their stints. Looks like we still have one more corner before they get to pit road, but restart would put us at what would be under 5 laps to go.
This restart's going to be nuts. That's all I'm going to... Here we go.
Be trying to keep up with that fast 71. Is he going to come down? No.
Somebody will. Somebody has to.
Barnes faked it. And the first one to come down is Derek Jewett, who's a lap down. Looks like the leaders are staying out.
Staying out. What tells me track position is king tonight.
Except for Holston, who was in the wreck. Cochran spun around a couple times. SB, Gillen, and Pollock. Caleb Hunt got the lucky dog this caution flag.
Caleb Hunt getting the lucky dog. He's going to back around and back on the lead lap. All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. This will be the final one, pending any other yellows. And the finish of the race, you're watching the Mystic Racing League, the Octane Outlaws NASCAR Cup Series here, live on Ballin TV.
In this world so wild, tried to find my footing, but I stumbled like a child, fell into some shadows, couldn't see the light ahead. I know you've been worried by the tears that you have shed. The storms may have tried to break me, but I found my guiding light. Every step I take from here is for you and all your grace. I'll keep you in my prayers, Mama, as I find my rightful place. So hold your head high. The darkness is behind.
Welcome back, everyone, for what may be the final restart of the night for the Octane Outlaws Cup Series, the Brickyard 400, presented by Fall Creek Plumbing, as we get set to go. 4 laps to go in this one. Janik's in control, and it's Heinzen, Barnes, and Allen, along with Ullman, all staying out under this caution period. This could decide it right here. Can Janik close it out? He's been strong all night. Green flag is out. Back underway. Poor launch for the 39 as there goes Janik.
Janik with a huge jump going into turn number 1. The battle for second now between Hinson and Barnes. Barnes has another chance right now. A little bit of contact behind them. Barnes making contact with Hinson side by side into turn number 2. Barnes with the slide job around. See another driver sideways back there as well. Looks to be Alex Pollock. He saves it. Still side by side for second. Barnes fighting hard on the outside. Got a hole if he wants to jump in behind him. Got to close it quick, though, because here comes Gavin Hinson. Jacob Cochran, remember what we said earlier, if he was around at the end, he would have a shot at this, and he's there, coming to 3 to go, and Cochran closing Janik into the outside wall.
Janik clocks the wall. Here comes Cochran on fresh tires. He looks to pull off an upset from the outside. 3 laps to go. Cochran to the point, and Janik is struggling. Janik may have damaged the car.
He's broken. He's broken. He's in the outside wall. Janik's race is done. He can't get out of the wall around the outside. It's going to be between Cochran and Barnes. Gavin Hinson as well. Andrew Allen. Evan Janik going to keep it up on the outside. He's going to be able to limp it back down to pit road. So we're going to focus back up here at the lead. Janik's race is done. Cochran is your new leader. He's got about 0.8 of a second here. Can Barnes close in? But Barnes is going to have a lot of pressure from behind him with Gavin Hinson in the battle back there between Pollock and, oh, there he goes, Andrew Allen around in the outside wall, and no caution. He saves it. We're down 2 to go. Cochran still in the lead.
It's pure chaos being struck down here. Cochran now with 2 laps to go. He spun twice in 1 and 2. He spun for the lead before tonight. And now he looks to keep it steady. He's got the buffer with a lap and a half to go.
Lap and a half to go, and I don't think Christian Barnes can do anything with him. It's just too much of a gap right now. They're running about the same lap times. That's not going to be good enough. Even though they're 0.8 of a second apart, Barnes is going to try everything he can to get back up there to the lead. Third place under pressure now. Alex Pollock trying to get around Gavin Hinson, but we're coming to the white flag now out of turn number 4, JP, as Jeffrey Fisher has hard contact. He's going to make his way down to pit road, and the race is official. White flag is out, 1 to go.
Final time around here at Indy. Cochran ready to pull off an upset. Pollock wants those pushing late, trying to battle for the podium spots. He gets the inside for third. Hinson tries to squeeze. Pollock tries to squeeze him up the track. Move Pollock up a spot as here comes Espy for a top 3. Aaron Espy, the team boss for Jacob Cochran, jumping up to 3rd spot. All this as well, we get ready to see the checker flag. A wild night for Jacob Cochran. He's able to pick the right strategy at the right time. Janik collapses late. It's Jacob Cochran who wins the Brickyard 400.
Jacob Cochran with the amazing win here tonight, and Gavin Hinson, Christian Barnes in second. Aaron Espy is going to hold off Alex Pollock by about 0.09 of a second. He's going to take the 3rd spot. So what a great finish. Pollock in 4th. Gavin Hinson's going to end up in 5th. And what an amazing race, and especially for this man right here, Jacob Cochran, out of nowhere, comes around and takes the win after problems on the restart with Evan Janik, where his car broke and sent him into the outside wall. That opened up the door, and that allows Jacob Cochran, one of the new drivers, to take the win here tonight in the Mystic Racing League on Ballin TV.
He'll get to celebrate this one in good fashion. What a night for Jacob Cochran. He'll burn it on down and put up a smoke show. Cochran, all sorts of smoke being kicked up. He longs on down. Don't do it across the bricks.
Don't do it.
We'll take a step aside when we come back. Post-race results and interviews. You're watching Ballin TV for tonight's coverage of the Mystic Racing League and its Cup Series here from the Brickyard, the Octane Outlaws Cup Series.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to tonight's coverage here from the Brickyard here on Ballin TV. The Brickyard 400, brought to you by Fall Creek Plumbing, comes down to strategy and luck. Jacob Cochran gets the win over Christian Barnes and Aaron Espy. It's a 1-3 for the organization, brought to you by Aaron Espy Racing. Alex Pollock and Gavin Hinson get top 5s. John Ullman in 6. Caleb Hunt, Joshua Gillen, Andrew Allen, and Adam Holston, your top 10.
11th place, Evan Janik, and I was able to confirm that his VR headset died. That was what the problem was for Evan Janik. Tough break for him. They're putting him back in 11th spot. Isaac Wilson in 12th, Alan Zukov 13th, Reggie Kime, Derek Jewett round out your top 15. Joshua Thornton, after a good run earlier in the day in that beautifully painted number 29, rounds out 16th. Brett Wren had a run of a lifetime, moving into the 4th spot. Tough break for him after getting loose. Proud of him, though. Good job with number 24, Brett Wren, in the 17th position. 18th is Jeffrey Fisher. New driver Jose Medina comes home in 19th, and Jared Knopfschneider in 20th.
21st goes the way of Zach White, Munster DNF, Zach Jackson Ottawa, Rayshawn Wingfield, Michael Wade, and Isaac Brock. David Moyer finished back there along with Gino Valenti. Brad Nelson, Toby Redders was an early DNF. Joey Beam finished off in 30th position. And the last entry here tonight was Colin Bollinger. I believe he didn't even get off the starting blocks here tonight. That's a look top to bottom here for the Brickyard for our results. But in the end, it's Jacob Cochran, his 3rd start in this series this season. He gets it done for AER. How does it feel, Jacob, to get a win in the Cup Series?
Man, that was wild. Let me tell you. That was a lot of fun, though.
Talk to us about your emotions when you were running up in the front, and then it was Janik who had a VR issue to give you the lead.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was getting ready to spin around again. That seemed how it felt all night. I would get up close to the front, and then I would just lose it. I'm not really familiar with these cars. I don't have a lot of practice and a lot of experience with these cars, so the whole race was a learning curve as far as, just the air and how the car is handled in, behind someone. And it was a whole learning curve. But I knew once I saw, me and Janet, or when I was closing on him, and then I know when he, got into the wall, that was my shot. And I had to take it. So I hate it, man. I mean, he dominated the race, and I hate it, but sometimes somebody else got to win.
So on that note, will we see you in any other starts this season?
It just kind of depends. Friday nights are tough for me, and that's why I haven't been really running this series much. I run the Thursday night races a lot, the Wednesday night and the Tuesday nights. So I run those pretty much full schedule. Friday nights are just tough, but thankfully we were able to make this one work and come out here and get it done.
Any shout you'd like to give here tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Want to shout out Octane Outlaws for sponsoring the series now. That's a big help. And then also Fall Creek Plumbing for sponsoring this race. I know Brett and them guys, they do a lot for the league and they help out in every way. And then my team, Aaron SV Racing, Aaron, David, Toby, we all felt pretty good tonight, but we didn't know it was going to end like that. So I'm just thankful for those guys, man. They put behind us a lot. So, and then you guys up in the booth, you guys did an awesome job with that and staying patient with us. It was a little rough going there throughout the whole race, but I think we put on a pretty good finish.
Congratulations on the win here tonight, Jacob.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good night.
Jacob Cochran gets the win here tonight. Christian Barnes comes away in second. He's with DJ.
Yeah, I thought I had a winning car most of the race. Just things just kept, happening, and it was very hard to pass, once the run got going because of the dirty air. I think, I lagged out, I think in stage 2, and I still came back and finished top 5. And at that point, I was like, I'm a contender. Just if I could get the lead, I'll be able to hold it. But I just could never get there. Every time I got close, it would get tight, and then I'd have to fall back a bunch, and it just was a cycle constantly. Man, I don't know. I mean, just got to start calling me Sheldon Creed, I guess. Oh, I thought that it was probably something like that because he usually doesn't, make those types of mistakes, and I know he was having issues last week. So, yeah, whenever he lost or he almost lost it, he saved it. I thought that it was, mine to win. I thought if this run continues, maybe I have a chance. But then, right when I got there, or unless you're saying that it was the final run that happened when he hit the wall. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just couldn't get. I just couldn't get to the lead. I just couldn't get there.
You're good, Christian, and definitely appreciate you sticking with us here and having a good time running and showing us that you can be humble and patient, even though you're running second a lot. They call the bridesmaid. I've heard it all. I've seen the chat. When is Story going to win the race? I mean, if I got to say it, I think you got this next week. Michigan, that's where we're at next week. I know you like tracks like that. What are you thinking about going into next week?
I mean, if you're going to call it, I'm going to give it my all, man. I'm race it like I do every week. I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to put everything I have into it. Hopefully this time, I'll be a bride.
All right. Listen, what I need you to do is I'm going to need you to paint a new car, and I'm going to need like pink and purple, and I'm going to need Ballin TV on the quarter panel. All right? You're going to win the race next week. Sound good?
All right, I'll get on it.
All right, man. Hey, any shout-outs you want to give here tonight?
I want to shout out my team, and I also want to shout out Alex Bollick. For he's been the one making my paint schemes. Not this one, but he's been making all my other paint schemes for all the other series, and hopefully he'll be able to get on this one to help me out.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you. Keep your head up. We'll see you next week at Michigan, and good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, Christian Barnes, JP finishing in the second spot. Looks like Aaron Espy coming home in the final podium position tonight. What a great team win, if you will. You're standing by with them.
Yes, indeed, Aaron. How would you describe those final moments? You were able to claw your way up to third with a 3-wide move.
Yeah, that was a wild finish when I seen Alex and Gavin going at it. Took a shot on the bottom. Somehow it worked out.
How difficult was this race? Because at times you were actually spun around the inside line, it seemed.
It was a battle. I think I had 15 plus minutes of damage throughout the race. Never used the quick repair. Basically surviving. Somehow made it up there.
So overall, how would you describe the momentum for now for you and your fellow drivers now that your teammate got a win here and you've gotten good speed as an organization in the special events like this in the full distance?
I'm glad my teammate Jacob Cochran got the win tonight. My other teammate and myself, David Moyer, we're going for the playoff run here, so hopefully this will bring a little momentum to our way.
Any shout you'd like to give here tonight?
Yeah, the sponsors, Octane Outlaws, Fall Creek Plumbing. I'd like to thank my team, AER, Jacob Cochran, Toby Ritters, David Moore.
Well, congratulations once again on the run.
All right, thank you.
Aaron SP, quick on words. I thank everyone for the time to speak with us during post-race coverage here on Ballin TV. Next up, as mentioned, is Michigan. We head to the Irish Hills June the 11th. That's this Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Be sure to tune in for that one. It should be an interesting night. And your final thoughts here, DJ, after this race here at the Brickyard as we head to Michigan.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to Michigan. It's going to be good. We got a short week here this week, and back at it on Friday night, like you said, July 11th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Forward to it. As far as tonight goes, JP, I was really impressed at times, and there were other times that I wasn't, but that's just life. Sometimes it works out right for you. Sometimes it doesn't. You just have to go with the flow, and you have to control what you can control. Stop trying to control other people. Control yourself, drive defensively, and worry about your car, where it's at on the track, and everything else will come to you. Next week is going to be amazing. 3 and 4 wide at Michigan. Can't wait, and I'm proud to be here and be part of the Mystic Racing League, and glad they have us along.
That being said, it's time to say goodbye. For my co-announcer and producer, DJ Lion, for everyone here at Ballin TV, I'm Justin Prince saying so long. Enjoy the rest of your evening. You've been watching tonight's coverage of the Octane Outlaws Cup Series and the Brickyard 400, presented by Fall Creek Plumbing. Congratulations once again to Jacob Cochran, your winner here in Indy.